Thanks for hopping over to Nashville's WB, WNAB TV 58.
Sports Plus Extra with Greg Pogue is brought to you by Sunrise Sports. Fill up on your sports breakfast buffet each morning from 6:30 to 8:30 with Hutch, Coach B, and the Judge on WAMB 1160 AM.
Welcome back to Vanderbilt Stadium. The Division II Class A state championship game is in the books. Battle Grand Academy with a 19-7 win over the Webb School of Knoxville. Coming up at about 7:05. Joe Fisher, Ralph Miranda will be bringing you the call of Father Ryan Montgomery Bell Academy, the Class AA Division II championship game. Just the second of all 7 Clinic Bowl state championship games to be carried live right here on WNAB. I'm Greg Pogue here, and little Sports Plus abbreviated version in between games. Now, joining us in the booth here, Ronnie Carter, Executive Director of the TSSAA. And Ronnie, history being made the first day for Division II state championships.
First day, first time we've had 7. So, Greg, you're correct. History, but there seems to always be a little history going on in high school athletics.
I guess you got a bit of a break if you're looking for attendance. You got 2 Nashville teams, MBA, Father Ryan for the nightcap.
It really is. You know, you never know about those kinds of things. The first time in '82 we started the Clinic Bowl, we could have easily fallen on our face, and we lucked into Gallatin and Lincoln County that year. This year, Division II, we have Ryan in the MBA, so it really could not be better with the first year and with starting off.
Now, a couple weeks you got the regular weekend 5 state championship games, but what has it been like dividing it, not only football, but sort of getting all the logistics set for really what is a split, sort of?
Busy.
Yeah.
Well, and I say that because today we had 9 cheerleading championships today. Now, they're not split like the other, but today is 34 championships this fall. Last year we had 43 total. So I think from our perspective, it's just been so much. I don't know that we can really evaluate. I've said all along, I think you can evaluate a little bit now, you can evaluate a little bit after basketball, but we've really got to go through the whole year and evaluate, and our schools have got to look at it to see, is it a good move or not? You can get matters of opinions on both sides from Division II and Division I schools. Some like it, some don't. So I think we just have to wait and see.
Ronnie Carter, Executive Director, TSSAA. We're in between games. The Division II State Championship, BGA a winner, Father Ryan MBA in just a few more minutes. This is the first year of let's just call it the split. I know that it's not. Explain the basics of what happened.
Well, we started with, there was a vote first to have a division and split it between private and public. We have 55 independent schools, non-public schools in our organization. Then we came back. The schools voted through their representatives to have just a split on what we refer to as financial aid, schools that chose to continue to give. But we also let any school that wanted to go over there go. Not all of the 33 give financial aid, but out of that, 33 went to what we call Division II. 22 independent schools stayed. So as you well know, we have battling right now USJ and Clarksville Academy still battling for a spot in the Clinic Bowl in 2 weeks. So it's really not a private public. It is really what we call financial aid. A lot of people do, but the easy term is Division II and Division I.
Ronnie Carter, TSSAA Executive Director. How does it affect other sports? Let's talk about basketball first. What will we see come March with the state championships?
We'll have 3 weeks of state championships. Our girls and boys will be just like it's always been, but preceding our girls will be our Division II basketball state tournament, and we'll bring 8 teams in. The only thing we'll do with them is play the girls and boys together, mainly because we just have one class. All of our other sports, other than football in Division II, is just one classification, so therefore we don't have really as many games. So we'll bring 8 teams in just like we do the others. We really try to do them all as close to possible as we can. Now the spring's going to be really interesting because we'll bring everybody together in Chattanooga for the spring.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about this. Spring fling has really grown into a model for the rest of the country with what you do in Chattanooga.
It has, and this year we're going to go from a spring fling to spring. I don't know what we'll call it now, but for us, business-wise, it'll just be 4 classifications. So we'll have 4 baseball tournaments, 4 softball tournaments, 3 track meets, and so on. And it should be a really, really special event because once you get there, people will talk about competition, all that. but this is state championship caliber football going on tonight. There's nothing better than these two right here. So the final event will always be real good athletics.
Ronnie Carter, Executive Director, TSSAA, BGA, already a winner, 19-7 in the Class A Division II game. And in just a few minutes, Ryan and MBA coming as well. And Ronnie, talk a little bit about the overall health of high school athletics, because you hear so much with professional sports coming in and so many other things. Where is it right now?
Well, it's a little scary, Greg. It's great from the perspective of the kids. I don't think that really changes much. Kids just want to compete. I think what's a little scary for us is all the movement in of professional sports. We're really concerned about media coverage. That's why we're so appreciative of WNAB. I mean, what happened with WNAB is a great thing for high school sports. And that's probably our biggest concern, because media, it plays such a major part in it. It's just not giving the kids coverage, but that's what, as you well know, that's what brings people into the stands, we feel like. So we're trying to do a lot of things to offset that loss, I guess you would say. We're doing a lot with our website, and so we're putting a lot on there. So we hope it'll work, and I think it remains to be seen, but I think it's a tough time.
Now, you're Executive Director, TSSAA. Can you do something about this music? It's killing me, right?
I don't even understand it, Greg. So I try to, they don't even let me do anything with the music at the office when it's on the hold button.
Well, Ronnie, thanks for coming by. Good luck, and good weekend this week and in a couple weeks as well.
Greg, thank you. It's always our pleasure.
Ronnie Carter, Executive Director, TSSAA. We're at the Clinic Bowl on WNAB.
Time is running out. The stadium is almost here. Demolition has already begun just across the street from Major Discount Furniture, 201 Woodland. Everything must go at up to 75% off. Cellini of Italy living rooms, dining rooms, and bedrooms. Prices so low we can't mention them on television. Orleans Curios, Virginia House bedrooms, American Drew, and others. You must act now for the lowest prices in Major Discount's history on these designer dining rooms, sofas, recliners, plus 50% off guaranteed on all pictures, lamps, and accessories. Get these fantastic deals before the demolition crew gets us. That's Major Discount Furniture, 201 Woodland Street, Nashville, 207 Plaza Drive, Dixon. Safari's restaurant invites you to a bit of the wildlife in a civilized atmosphere. Featuring fine food and outstanding service, Safari's offers a wide variety of continental entrees. Your server will guide you on an exciting adventure of fine dining at Safari's. Your hunt for the best food in town is over once you've experienced Safari's, 741 Myatt Drive near Rivergate Mall.
For 45 years, Champion has manufactured and installed some of the finest patio rooms in America. Champion patio rooms add beauty, style, and value to your home. They combine indoor comfort with outdoor enjoyment. 45 years of quality, 45 years of service, 45 years of trust. Call 831-5577. Champion Windows, Siding, and Patio Rooms, helping to make your house just a little more like home.
It's Christmas sale days at Watson's.
Choose from a huge selection of beautiful slate pool tables now on sale as low as $7.99 installed. 6 months, same as cash.
Sale prices on air hockey, foosball, and two-piece cues.
Gas log sets, only $99, includes free installation.
Enjoy the beauty and the romance of a vent-free fireplace as low as $3.99 with mantle. Watson's has special low prices on tanning beds for Christmas. Face tanners as low as $99.
Spas and hot tubs.
You could use a little Watson's this Christmas.
Welcome back, Vanderbilt Stadium, the Clinic Bowl on WNAB. BGA already a 19-7 winner over Knoxville Webb, and we're awaiting Joe Fisher and Ralph Miranda's call of Father Ryan and Montgomery Bell Academy, the Division II Class AA. There's 7 of them now. It's hard to figure out. In with us now, Carlton Flatt, the head football coach at Brentwood Academy. And Carlton, of course, I guess it's got to feel weird this time of the year, postseason, and Brentwood Academy not in it.
Yeah, I know my wife's been pretty happy. I've got all the leaves raked and everything around the house, but I'd rather be playing tonight.
Well, Brentwood Academy on probation. I know that's been a tough thing, but how tough has it been, everything that's happened away from football around Brentwood Academy? Because you just want to be coaching, right?
Yeah, I think we've handled that pretty well. When the season started, we focused on the next game, so I really don't think it's been that tough.
Carlton Flat, Brentwood Academy football coach. Now, MBA, Father Ryan, a couple teams that you played this year. I'm going to get you to analyze each one of them. First, Father Ryan.
Okay, Father Ryan, they have a really good defensive football team.
Yeah.
They lost one of their best players in Mandeli. I thought he was the heart and soul of their team. He started both offensively and defensively. I thought they had a good kicking game. Offensively, they don't have the speed that NBA has, and I would think that, that possibly could be the difference.
Okay, on the other side of the ledger, Montgomery Bell Academy, Ricky Bowers, your former assistant.
Right.
Talk about NBA.
Well, they have a quarterback that is a really good football player. I think he, if Father Ryan can keep him making the big plays, I think they'd give them a great chance to win the game. But they're going to have to control him. I think they've got more speed on offense than Father Ryan, and they'll have to be able to handle it.
In between games here, BGA Knoxville Webb 19-7 winner. Just Carlton Flat, Brentwood Academy coach. Your thoughts on the first game?
Well, I just saw the last quarter. I didn't see the whole game. It looked like, both teams were well coached, and they did a good job.
Troy Fleming, the real deal.
Yeah, he's a good football player.
Yeah, 6'1", 6'2", big body.
Right.
Got that body lean.
Right.
Carlton Flat in with us. I started to give the phone number for Sports Plus, abbreviated version of Sports Plus. Where is it right now? I read a report that your Brentwood Academy considering litigation with the TSSAA on the probation, not only for football, but for all athletics. Where is that right now?
Well, I think our school didn't want to do anything until after the Clinic Bowl this weekend. We didn't want to take anything away from that, but I think an announcement will be made here Monday or Tuesday what our position is going to be.
I know you can't get in it too deep. This is going to end up, if it does, with lawyers talking to lawyers and judges and all that. But just your thoughts on it.
Well, I was saying this, just like tonight, I've handled this really well, I think, and tonight it's been pretty tough.
Yeah.
And I think what's made it tough was that, and Ronnie Carter's a personal friend of mine, so I'm not here to bash him.
Yeah.
But the decision that somebody can make to keep people from having an opportunity to be here tonight, I don't know that we would have been here even if we had the opportunity. But, we hate that happened. I think when you feel like you're right, certainly we don't want to go to court. We don't want to spend the money. We don't want to spend the time. But when you feel like you're right, you either back down or fight. And I think we're going to fight.
Brentwood Academy coach Carlton Flat, you want to give me a prediction on this next game?
I think it'll be a close game.
What is it going to look like watching Ricky Bowers coach for a state championship?
Well, I'm proud for him, and I'm also proud for Kurt. I think he's done a good job. Both those guys are younger coaches, and I think from my standpoint, it makes me feel good that there are coaches like that's coming along, because I think there's been a little gap there, and so I'm thankful those kind of people are in coaching.
Brentwood Academy coach Carlton Flat, the first of 2 years probation. Of course, we're going to see what happens and plays that out.
Right.
How many state championships have you won?
9.
9? How much longer are you going to coach?
I don't know. I don't think it's going to be too much longer, but I mean, every time something happened, I probably thought this was going to be my last year. But
because of what happened, does that make you more determined to stay around?
It makes me want to get things straightened out before I get out, if it's possible. And if I see I can't straighten them out, then I'll probably go ahead and get out anyway. But I didn't think it would be the good thing. We had a lot of, our team was going to be a very young team. Our last 2 years, we had 2 great teams, and I didn't think it was a good time to do it then. I felt like this would be a good time going into next year, and then we had to deal with this. So hopefully we can get it worked out.
Carlton Flat, Brentwood Academy coach, MBA Father Ryan. In just a few minutes, Joe Fisher, Ralph Miranda will be giving us that call. Also, in just a few minutes, we're going to get a report from the field from our very own Murphy Fair. Also, a couple packages, one on Father Ryan and one on MBA. So stick around. This is the Clinic Bowl on WNAB.
Not unhappily, it's a network star search, and Tiffany knows the winner very well.
My brother?
Then, all right already, Carol's family is there to help in a time of need.
She was a devoted wife, a wonderful mother.
Then there's Vaughn.
Oh, my God. Mocking the death of my beautiful faith. What? What'd I do?
All right already following unhappily.
Sunday night starting at 8 on Nashville's WB58. How would you like to win some cold, hard cash? How does $580 sound? You won't believe how easy it is. Just stop by any Wendy's location and pick up an entry form, or send a postcard with your name, address, and phone number to $, 3201 Dickerson Pike, Nashville, Tennessee, 37207. Then watch Nashville's WB58 weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. Names will be drawn each weekday in November. Watch and win. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited. Must be 18 or older to win. Complete contest rules available at Nashville's WB58.
The asylum walls couldn't hold him back.
Death was his hobby. His profession, it seems.
The police couldn't track it down.
Looks like a human sacrifice.
When a psychotic killer goes on a deadly rampage,
Show me the way!
pure insanity joins forces with the powers of darkness.
It's him. He's here.
And it's closing in on the legacy. Madness turns to murder on the next episode of Poltergeist: The Legacy.
Tonight at 11 on Nashville's WB58.
Country Squire Homes in Murfreesboro is having a factory direct sale. They're overstocked, and these homes must go. You can save thousands now at Country Squire. With winter here, wouldn't you like to cozy up in front of your fireplace in your spacious family room? Our homes are energy efficient with top-of-the-line GE appliances, like side-by-side refrigerators, heavy-duty dishwashers, state-of-the-art ranges, and built-in microwaves. Enjoy life with large bedrooms and luxury baths, even available with jacuzzi garden tubs. Call or stop by today. Country Squire Homes, Murfreesboro.
Welcome back, Vanderbilt Stadium, the Clinic Bowl on WNAB, the second of 7 Clinic Bowl State Championship games that will be carried live right here on WNAB. Earlier today, Battleground Academy, a 19-7 winner over Knoxville Webb. Coming up in a little while, Ralph Miranda, Joe Fisher will be bringing you the call of Father Ryan and Montgomery Bell Academy, a rematch of a game Father Ryan won 21-20 during the regular season. Let's check in with the Father Ryan camp. Our very own Tim Hardiman files this report.
Father Ryan has been running down the Clinic Bowl dream all season long, and the road to Saturday's game has been nothing but green lights. No one has been able to stop this team yet, but when they get in the driver's seat against MBA, they know they're going to need to buckle up because it's going to be a bumpy ride.
Yeah, we had a real tough time going up against them, but they got an outstanding team, and we feel like it's just going to be a great rematch.
We beat them last time, so I think they're up on us because they're going to be coming after us. It was real good, real close game. Could have gone either way.
NBA is always a real good team. They're real well coached, and it'll probably be another close game. I just hope we can come out in the end. I think they're probably the best team in the state. They got a real great line, and their quarterback, Sloan's a real great athlete.
Saturday's matchup will pit 2 young gun Mr. Football candidates against each other. NBA's quarterback Blake Sloan fires them off like a cannon. And Father Ryan's Todd Campbell is also a force to be reckoned with, but he's not letting it go to his head.
I just try to put it aside, try to do what's best for the team, and I realized me and Blake Sloan we're just 2 players. We're not going to make the game. So we try to get everybody else pumped up and get the offense and defense going.
Another player who has really stepped up for Father Ryan is Big Buster Bateman. This junior linebacker is filling the shoes of Matt Mundelli, who withdrew from the school a few weeks ago. For the bus man, it's coming together naturally.
We knew we had a big challenge going into last Friday night with the absence of Mondelli, but we all kind of pulled together and played as 11 people and not one person. Everybody played for each other. Everything's at stake. Whenever you play NBA, it's going to be a great game. It's going to be a great atmosphere, a lot of people out there. It's the NBA Father Ryan rivalry, and it's the biggest thing around here.
With hands on the wheel at 10-2, I'm Tim Hardiman, driving down the road to the Clinic Bowl.
Well, thank you, Tim. Let's take it down to the field, Murphy Fair, and get Murphy's thoughts on Father Ryan. Murph?
Well, Greg, we've already talked about 2 or 3 players for Father Ryan not being involved in the ball game, and then just moments ago, we found out that young Mr. Wilkes will not be playing, a victim of the mono bug, and so another Father Ryan drops by the wayside. could be a little bit too much maybe for the Irish to overcome. What do you think?
I think so. I don't know. We talked about this all week. Father Ryan has surprised everyone all season long. I don't think anyone expected the Irish to go undefeated. One of the games, though, they won was a 21-20 win over in-city rival Montgomery Bell Academy. Here's our very own Tim Hardiman again with a report on MBA.
Our next stop on the road to the Clinic Bowl is MBA. Now, this team really has it out for Father Ryan, and it should. The first time they played them, they only lost by 1 point. And for MBA, redemption time is right now.
We never talk about revenge. Everybody else seems to, but we just try to do the best we can, That's kind of what we're doing, just try to play every play as well as we can play it.
It's not about revenge, it's just about winning. It can go up being playing whoever you want to. People can work it up as much as they want, but it comes down to state championship and who wants to win. We want to win extremely bad, and I know Ryan does, because we lost the first time, and it's a big game, Clinic Bowl state championship, and I think we both want it really bad.
It would be a great accomplishment for this group, to win a state championship. The NBA, well, of course, we never won anything other than a mythical state championship. We won a whole bunch of those.
It's kind of taken us all by surprise, but I think we've earned it, and I think we've been working so hard in the weight room and all summer long, and it's paid off. Coach Bowers always tells me, the only thing you can do is do your job and do it the very best you can. Mr. Football is, I thank God because he's given me the ability and opportunity for that award, but, I'm not going to let it affect how we play and how I play. Saturday night, I'm just going to play the very best game that I can and see what happens. He's a great leader. He's a great player. He goes out there and he just gets things done. He gets in the huddle, and everybody's looking up to him and looking for anything you need, advice. If you need encouragement, he's there to give it to you, and he's always there to make big plays. The last game, we had many opportunities to take advantage of the victory, and we did, and they came out victorious, and that's how it goes sometimes. But it's lucky that we get to play them again in the season. It's not very often you get to play a team twice, and so this time we're going to give it our best effort. We'll see what happens. You've worked for your whole life ever since you played football, since you started as a freshman. That's what you've been working for, is playing the state championship your senior year. And there's no better way to go out than playing my last game in the state championship against your crosstown rival.
Shifting into high gear, I'm Tim Hardiman, taking you down the road to the Clinic Bowl.
All right, thank you, Tim. MBA, a 1-point loser to Father Ryan during the regular season. Let's go back down to the field. Murphy Fair. Murphy, MBA is a team that's been close last year, losing in the semis to Brentwood Academy.
Yeah, Greg, earlier I wanted to make a comment, too. We talked somewhat about the advantage that MBA might have because of the Father Ryan injuries. But Father Ryan with a big advantage here insofar as having played on turf, because this is the site of the championship game. Even though it's Ryan's home field, MBA was not allowed to practice here this week. They didn't get any turf time like Father Ryan's been getting all season long.
Murphy, I'm going to put the pressure on you. Give me a prediction.
Because of the injuries, I'm going to have to go with MBA in this one, Greg, but it ought to be a dandy.
Okay, thank you, Murphy Fair down on the field. We look forward to hearing your reports during the game. Joe Fisher, Ralph Miranda, the kickoff right around the corner on WNAB.
Are you tired of dealing with old-fashioned storm windows that are impossible to clean? Are you tired of windows that constantly require putty and paint? It doesn't have to be this way. American Home Design will install new tilt-in windows that are easy to clean and will never need paint or putty. Imagine an all-new, easy-to-clean window for your home. At American Home Design, we make your windows at our own factory here in Nashville. This means you get the best possible value because you're buying direct from the factory. We guarantee our prices to be equal to or lower than the competition, and we have financing as low as $75 a month with no down payment.
It's time to protect your home before winter, so why not give yourself a Christmas present by installing siding, windows, or kitchen refacing? You'll make a great investment where you spend most of your time. Call for a free estimate and find out how easy it is to have a new home at the same address.
If you call now, you'll get this kitchen set for getting a free estimate. The call is free, so take advantage of our fall sale-a-thon going on today.
Honey, pinch me.
It's Christmas sale days at Watson's.
Choose from a huge selection of beautiful slate pool tables now on sale as low as $7.99 installed. 6 months, same as cash.
Sale prices on air hockey, foosball, and two-piece cues.
Gas log sets, only $99, includes free installation.
Enjoy the beauty and the romance of a vent-free fireplace as low as $3.99 with mantle. Watson's has special low prices on tanning beds for Christmas. Face tanners as low as $99.
Spas and hot tubs.
You could use a little Watson's this Christmas.
The kickoff just moments away. Father Ryan, Montgomery Bell Academy, Joe Fisher, Ralph Miranda will be bringing you the call. I'll be back at halftime. Stick around.
Sports Plus Extra with Greg Pogue is brought to you by Sunrise Sports. Fill up on your sports breakfast buffet each morning from 6:30 to 8:30 with Hutch, Coach B, and the Judge on WAMB 1160 AM.
Oh, the table's gorgeous. And there's ham. Jack's company gave us the heavenly ham. The other one.
Which one is the heavenly ham?
Which one is this one? Heavenly ham's on the
Which
left.
ham disappears from holiday tables faster than any other? Heavenly ham. Spiral sliced, honey and spice glazed, tender smoked turkey, side dishes, breads, desserts.
More ham, anyone? Yes. The heavenly ham's all gone, but we still have this one. No.
Heavenly ham. Now disappearing from holiday tables everywhere.
Boy meets girl. It happens every day on the singles line. Just call our free local number and listen to hundreds of single men and women from Nashville. We don't use 900 numbers, and we never charge you for the call, no matter how long you stay on the line. Call anytime and discover a new way to meet the nicest people in Nashville. The Nashville Singles Line, 399-1919.
The asylum walls couldn't hold it back.
Death was his hobby. His profession, it seems.
The police couldn't track it down.
Looks like a human sacrifice.
When a psychotic killer goes on a deadly rampage,
Show me the way!
pure insanity joins forces with the powers of darkness.
It's him. He's here.
And it's closing in on the legacy. Madness turns to murder on the next episode of Poltergeist: The Legacy.
Tonight at 11 on Nashville's WB58. Thanks for tuning in to Nashville's WB58.
Yeah! The following is a special live presentation of WNAB Sports. The Division II Road to the Clinic Bowl stops as Montgomery Bell Academy tackles Father Ryan for the Division II large school title. Montgomery Bell head coach Ricky Bowers and the Big Red look to avenge a 21-20 loss to the Fighting Irish earlier this season. MBA is led by senior QB Blake Sloan, who's passed for almost 1,000 yards. Father Ryan coach Kirk Page and his squad are undefeated and aim their sights on the championship. The Fighting Irish have their own QB threat in senior Todd Campbell, who has amassed over 3,000 total yards in the past 2 years. It's round 2. Montgomery Bell battles Father Ryan for the Division II large school title.
These two teams have been waiting over a month for the shot at each other again, and this time it's for all the marbles. The championship of the state large class Division II, with the Big Red of MBA taking on the Fighting Irish of Father Ryan. Welcome back to Vanderbilt Stadium. Joe Fisher along with my partner Ralph Miranda. This is one that's been building up since October 10th when these two teams met. In that game, Father Ryan a 1-point winner over the Big Red in a game where a 4th down stand made the difference. These two have been looking forward to this because they bring so much into this game. Another basically 2 running offenses in a game where mistakes could mean a lot.
Well, you're exactly right. Just from the look of the stands, they've got very vocal crowds here, and both teams, they want another shot at each other after that game earlier this year.
Let's talk about the keys to this ball game. There are some very specific things both teams need to do. Let's take a look at the Sunrise keys to the game. Wake up each morning to your sports breakfast buffet with Hutch, Coach B, and the Judge on WAMB, 1160 AM. Keys to tonight's game first for MBA, right?
Well, NBA's got to stay in control. They've got to execute their offense, not make any mistakes. They've got plenty of seniors. Those seniors have to step up tonight and get the job done. And they've got to attack the middle with their running game, take advantage of Ryan's undersized 6'2" defense and undersized linebackers.
Now for the Fighting Irish, and you say stay in control again.
Well, they've got to stay in control as well. This is a game that could be decided early. If they make any mistakes, they've got to have their replacements step up. They've got some key guys out through injury and other things. Those replacements have got to step up big, and they've got to defend their home turf. They've played half their games here. This is their field, and they've got to win again tonight.
You mentioned stay in control. Part of that is when there is such build-up to a ball game like this, remembering what happened a month ago, remembering that you're about to play your big rival anyway, there can be a tendency to be a little too high at the beginning.
Well, there's no question about that. They have got to play within themselves. They can't let their excitement and their attitude get away, and that causes mistakes, it causes turnovers, and before you know it, you look up at the scoreboard and you're down by a couple scores.
In case you missed it earlier, the first game was a close one, surprisingly close in some eyes, and BGA won its 4th state championship by knocking off Knoxville Webb 19-7. This one should be a great one. There's been a lot of build-up, and we're about ready for kickoff. Back to Vanderbilt Stadium with the kickoff in just a moment.
Falling in love again, never wanted to. What am I to do? I can't help it. Love's always been my game. Play it how I may. I was made that way. I can't help it. Men cluster to
I know that I'm missing the gene that triggers the aging process within the cell. I know that I'm immune to disease.
You know what you're asking me to believe? No, this is too much. It's too much.
Frank, I'm a woman. One, very much in love with your son.
August 11, 2100 hours. The subject shows remarkable resiliency to both extreme heat and extreme cold. Tissue regeneration is at least 700% of normal. She's the fountain of youth.
The outer limits. Please stand by.
100,000 places you can get cash for college.
The Coca-Cola Scholarship Foundation, International Brotherhood
100,000 places you can get cash for college.
Partners, the United Steelworkers Scholarship.
Now you can find 100,000 sources of cash for college with the Scholarship Book, the complete guide to scholarships, grants, loans, and financial assistance. Best of all, this important book is yours risk-free for 30 days. You get names, addresses, and direct access to 100,000 sources of cash for college, often without having to prove financial need or have outstanding grades.
We received $10,000 in tuition assistance.
We wouldn't have had the money for tuition without the scholarship book.
Call 800-228-8300 for the scholarship book, just $26.95. That's 800-228-8300. Satisfaction guaranteed.
It's Christmas sale days at Watson's.
Choose from a huge selection of beautiful slate pool tables now on sale as low as $7.99 installed. 6 months, same as cash.
Sale prices on air hockey, foosball, and two-piece cues.
Gas log sets, only $99, includes free installation.
Enjoy the beauty and the romance of event-free fireplace, as low as $3.99 with mantle. Watson's has special low prices on tanning beds for Christmas. Face tanners as low as $99.
Spas and hot tubs.
You could use a little Watson's this Christmas.
We say yes.
Thanks for calling American Independent.
I heard on the radio I can get my car insurance started for only $50. Is that true?
It sure is.
They also said you would shop for the best price.
That's right. At American Independent, we shop over 30 companies just to find you the best price.
Now that's a good idea, especially finding me the best price.
It's independent. You'll know our answer when you pick up your phone. It's yes, yes, yes.
On an all-new Seventh Heaven, Mary's got a little crush.
Go ask him about me.
And look who's playing Cupid.
Glad you're with us for the state championship in large class Division II, and Joe Pat McGuigan puts it in the air. Kesselman at the 3. Right into the middle and fights his way out to just across the 20, where the Fighting Irish will have the ball to open play, 1st and 10 after a 17-yard return. Todd Campbell at quarterback. Notable, Jonathan Wilkes will not play tonight. He is out of the ball game, apparently suffering from an illness, and he'll be replaced there by Mike Dunn. That front line that will have in front of Campbell and company includes the likes of Sevier, McCoy, Bates, Bleeker, and Wells. A run-oriented offense for the Fighting Irish, 1st and 10. They hand it off right up the middle to number 22, Joey Montalbano, the right halfback, the junior, 5'10", 190, a gain of about 4 on the play, right into the middle of that big red defense, and here it is. 5 across the front line. Neil Farrell, John Rich, the nose guard, Bearden and Hunter Hillenmeyer on the right end. 2 linebackers in Tate Rich and Cole Barfield, and the cornerbacks and defensive backs, Arendale, Dale, Simmons, and Blake Sloan, who also plays quarterback. 2nd down once again right into the middle and moving it across the 25, out close to the 1st down, probably about a yard short. Cole Barfield in there to help make the stop.
Well, you'd expect Barfield to be in there. He's their leading tackler with 80 stops this year. Very active, number 48 from the linebacker position.
Actually a gain of about 4, so let's call it 3rd and 2 and 28. Likely to be relatively conservative early on here.
Well, you feel each other out. You find out what you can do, what you can't do, and then you kind of log that for later in the game.
Todd Campbell, thrown for 770 yards, rushed for 660 on 3rd and 2, hands it off up the middle, and it's going to be close. Quick hitter to the first man through.
Looks like he got the right foot spot.
Which is good.
Which is good. The right foot spot is good. The left foot spot is not, and I think he's going to get this 1st down.
Montalbano with the carry. Needed to push it just across the 30. He did that. It's just a question of whether it's enough. Oh, got it by maybe the nose. Half of the nose.
Half of the nose, exactly.
Coach Ricky Bowers watching this team in his 4th season. MBA's first appearance in the state championship game. 8-2 overall this season during the regular season. Their 2 losses to Memphis University School, 14-11, and to this Fighting Irish team, 21-20. 1st and 10, handoff again. The fake, and the quarterback keeps it, Campbell, and that's where he's so dangerous. He can take it on the option, and he goes across the 40 for the 1st down.
Well, Campbell equally proficient running and throwing the football. You've got to have a man that watches him all the time.
Down to the sidelines to another guy who's familiar with the option, Murphy.
Yeah, this young man right here's seen an awful lot of action on this field. Vanderbilt quarterback Damian Allen, who played his high school ball in Ohio. Anything like this in Ohio as far as state championships go?
Yeah, you know, it's definitely big time up there. Teams like St. Ignatius, Kent McKinley. You know, it's great to see, you know, 2 teams like this tonight, you know, rivals, you know, meet up in a championship game.
Talked earlier, this is your final year here at Vanderbilt, majoring in engineering. What are your future plans?
Well, you know, we'll see how football goes. I'll be playing this All-Star Bowl game next year. You know, if things don't work out, you know, I'm going to plan on going to architecture school, you know, get my degree.
Outstanding. Back upstairs, guys.
He's got one to go against Tennessee. Montalbano with a carry across the 40 into Big Red territory for the first down. They try it again and just right up the gut, trying to push and power their way and do so up across the 35.
And Joe, what's caused this success running the ball for Ryan? They've got huge splits on their offensive line. They're spreading the NBA defense out and getting the quick pops off tackle.
Kurt Page in his 4th season, and he's very familiar with this stadium as well, as Vanderbilt fans know. One of the record-setting quarterbacks in Vanderbilt history. Put the ball in the air a lot on this field. Montalbano again on the quick hitter, just short of the 30. Going to be about 2 yards shy of the first down. David Farrell, the left tackle, in there to help make the stop. Montalbano, 5'10", 190, and a junior for the season. 711 yards rushing and 7 touchdowns. 3rd and 2 from the 31. Just underway. Clock running. 8:45 left in the opening quarter. Campbell fakes and nowhere to go whatsoever, and he's going to be short of the first down. Hunter Hillenmeyer and Bry Dale make the stop.
Look how open the middle is. Basically, there's just one man to beat in the middle with those huge splits, but that time Campbell was not able to get away from the outside rush of MBA.
So now the first early decision. 4th down and a long 2.
I think you go to it and give it to Montalbano off tackle like they've been doing on this drive. Get your huge splits and go with it.
Well, here it is, 4th and 2 from about the 32. Misdirection, pitch out. Trying to find the corner. Fights his way for the first down. Tommy Humphrey, on a sort of a tight end reverse, takes the pitch, and he's stopped by Barton Simmons, but not before he moves the chains for the Irish.
Well, I thought that was going to be a bad call because MBA had the outside covered pretty well, and they would have made the stop except for Humphrey's great second effort lunging for the first down. Let's watch it. Good fake inside, another fake inside, then the quick pitch outside to Humphrey. Now watch him. It's all him here to get the first down on great second effort.
His decision to make that cut inside got him the first down. From the 27. Campbell, the keeper, looked like maybe a busted play. Gets his way out about the 25. Looked like he wanted to hand it off to somebody, and there was nobody there.
Well, I think it was a design play, Joe. I think he stuck his right hand, the empty hand, into number 17's gut, and that was a quarterback keeper all the way. You know, they get the defense thinking inside, 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 and then they start working the outside.
Tate Rich makes the stop. Campbell looking to the sideline for the call. 2nd and 8. Irish have had the ball for 5 minutes here to start this game and have marched down from their own 20. Handoff inside, not a lot of running room there. Mike Dunn shut off on the handoff, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Todd Campbell, the Irish quarterback, knows, and the build up to this game, that there are going to be a lot of emotions out here tonight.
And not just because we're playing ball, just because of the rivalry. You know, we get great fan support for these games, and you know, people get a little crazy at these games, and you know, we got a lot of incentive to go out there and play our best.
Well, tonight's the night to get crazy. 3rd and 7. Whistle on the play.
Looked like they sent Montalbano in motion, Joe. He might have gone forward.
Irish have done their march downfield all on the ground, and now a 5-yard walk-off is going to set even more of a passing situation up to 3rd and 12. Campbell for the season, 46 of 100 through the air for 774 yards and 6 touchdowns.
That was a tough penalty because it puts you in 3rd and 11, which is a tough yardage to get purely on the ground. Let's see if they go to the air.
Backs split, Montalbano in motion. Campbell rolls, little shuffle pass inside, gets a block, gonna be close. Cromwell Stewart took the shuffle pass and took it about 12 yards, and he's going to be right at the sticks for the first down. Barton Simmons made the stop, the free safety.
Well, that's a nice, safe way to go to the air. The shuttle pass, made famous by John Elway. They use it a lot in Denver. Very safe, effective play. If the receiver drops the ball, it's just an incomplete pass. Let's look at it again. They get MBA thinking option, and now just a quick pitch underneath for the shuttle pass, and the speed of Mr. Stewart takes him to the first down.
Chase Neal had the penetration for MBA, but the pitch went inside of him. First down, Montalbano tries the middle. No, the fake. Campbell, he's going in for the touchdown.
To quote Darth Vader, impressive. Most impressive.
Faked the handoff inside. Montalbano drew all the attention, and Campbell scooted around the end, found the seam, and found the end zone.
He showed good speed. Once he got to the corner, there was no stopping him.
Charles Gertman on to attempt the extra point. Got 22 of them this year. Puts this one just inside the upright. He's got 23. Ryan, in a 6.5-minute drive, caps it off with Todd Campbell calling his own number and finding the end zone.
Just a great run by the quarterback. Good speed, moves the ball to the outside, which is smart in case it gets hit. And they're on top.
7-0 Fighting Irish.
Introducing Nintendo Score 64 and win at Taco Bell. Just peel the coin off the lid, score 64, and you could win an N64 system, cash, or millions of other great prizes. And who knows who'll win the Porsche Boxster. It's Score 64 and win, only at Taco Bell.
Bill Boyd and his team at Mid-10 Ford have always been team players when it comes to the best deals on Ford trucks in the entire region. Now, it may sound strange, but selling trucks is a lot like playing football. I mean, if you have the best quarterback, like the full-sized F-Series, the F-150, the heavy-duty F-250, and the really big boy F-350, you've got what they call depth. Take a look at the new Expedition and the dependable Explorer. Now, there's a couple of real running backs. For a great front line, how about the gas-powered F-700 or the gas or diesel-powered F-800? To cover the flanks, we have the LT-8000 and the LTL-9000 triaxle dump trucks. And the linebacker LA-9000 over-the-road semi-tractor with an 84-inch sleeper. All-American All-Stars, Mid-10's truck team at Bill Boyd's Mid-10 Ford. Oh, and remember, America's favorite super-styled Ranger compact pickup, because you can't forget the punter. Bill Boyd's Mid-10 Ford.
Now the Fighting Irish make a statement to open this game. They take the opening kickoff, go 13 plays, 80 yards, take 6:20 off the clock. And Todd Campbell calls his own number from 18 yards out for the score and a 7-0 lead.
Well, they had the NBA defense off balance. They took huge splits on the offensive line. That spread the NBA defense out and put them one-on-one with the linebacker. And they were able to get the blocks on the linebacker and move the ball consistently on the ground.
So now Charles Gertman will be set to put the ball in play for the Fighting Irish. Back deep for MBA. David McIntosh, along with Jonas Rodriguez. Gertman with a low bounding kick, taking it into 5 and slipping and falling on the turf. And MBA is going to open up in a hole to begin this ball game. Quarterback Blake Sloan will run the offense. Whit Smith, the tight end, at 6'7", 240. Bearden, Rodriguez, the backs. Eskind and John Ozier, the receivers. That front line, Farrell, Byrne, Caldwell, Jones, and Matt Wilson.
And Joe, let's look for MBA to try to punish Father Ryan right up the middle with that big offensive line. Try to open up the middle, force Father Ryan to compensate, and then go to the outside.
Sloan, a double-threaded quarterback. He's thrown for just under 1,000 yards, rushed for over 600. 1st and 10 from inside the 5. The handoff and maybe a loss on the play of a yard as the Irish defense shuts down the attempt. Montalbano in there, along with Gordon Berry to make the stop. Montalbano playing both ways. O'Brien, Meacham, List, Schultz, and Wilkes 6 down across the line. 2 linebackers, Bateman and Berry. And the defensive backs, Van Nuck, Michael Russo, and Jamie Castleman.
And that defensive line has to have a big night because the 2 linebackers are a little bit undersized.
2nd and 11. Sloan with the roll. There's a little room on the outside, forced out of bounds at about the 7-yard line as Jamie Castleman, the cornerback, forces him out.
Jamie Castleman runs him out of bounds.
these two teams, the way they run their offenses, you can never take your eyes off the quarterback when he's outside, because though he may be committed to run, he can pitch it at any time.
Well, that's why as a defense, you've got to be very disciplined. You've got to force the quarterback to make the decision, and don't make it for him by crashing down too early.
Ricky Bowers on the sideline, hoping his offense can work their way out of a hole. 3rd and 6. The ball on the 7-yard line. Handoff breaking through for a first down and more is Jonas Rodriguez. Fights his way all the way out across the 15. Finally brought down by the safety, Michael Russo.
Well, when you've got tackles that are 275 pounds, watch the blocking. Look at that hole. Good blocking against the undersized Ryan line, and they pick up the first down. They ran right behind Matt Wilson, the big tackle.
3rd and 6, you may have thought a passing situation, but deep in your own territory, you don't want to take a chance, and good blocking gets them the first down. From the 17. Sloan pitches back. Just across the 20, penalty flag down on the play. David McIntosh with the carry, 6'2", 185, but it's probably going to come back. Illegal motion against the Big Red. That'll cost him 5.
Illegal motion on the offense. Repeat first down.
Mike Welch, the referee tonight for this ball game. Murphy Fair on the sidelines.
Well, you always see the guys at the ice bowl game with all the lettering. Evidently, the girls at Ryan are the ones who are really tough, because they're the ones who are spelling out the message in tonight's ball game.
First and 15. Sloan trying to fight his way out of traffic, and there's nowhere to go. The Irish defense with good penetration and a loss of maybe a yard or so on the play. Number 65, Clay Meacham, the left side guard, leading the charge.
Watch the penetration by Ryan right there. There's Meacham. Makes the play by himself, and then his teammates come in and clean up. Here's another look at it. Good penetration, good play by the defensive line, and Meacham finishes him off. And Joe, that's what makes that first drive such a big drive by Ryan, because now you don't want to put the ball in the air and force an interception. You could be down by 2 scores.
Well, now 2nd and long, 17 yards, the ball on the 10. Pitch back, fumble, bouncing around, and fortunate for the Big Red, it bounced right back up into the running back's hands. Well, that could have been a disaster, but Jonas Rodriguez able to pick it up all over the ball.
Here it is again, just a little quick pitch to the short side of the field, but he never got control of it. Luckily for Rodriguez, it bounced right back into his hands, and then he did the smart thing, just get down.
He was looking for a hole to run through before he got the ball in his hands. Rodriguez only a sophomore, 5'9", 175.
And Joe, we talked about staying in control for both teams. Ryan has done that on their first drive. MBA now a fumble, a penalty. They are not staying in control early on.
And facing 3rd and 19. Will they risk and put it in the air from this deep? No, handoff right up the middle. Just fighting for a little yardage is David McIntosh. And so the Fighting Irish defense makes the stand as well. So the Irish with all the momentum here in the first quarter, an impressive offensive drive for a score, and now holding the Big Red deep in their own territory.
And more than likely, they're going to get pretty good field position.
Jamie Castleman back deep to receive the punt.
And he's inside NBA territory to receive it.
Joe Pat McGuigan back to punt. High kick off the side of his foot. Ball bounces right across the 30. Maybe a yard or 2 more on the roll. Down at the 38, and the Irish are going to be in excellent field position at the NBA 38.
And Joe, now the onus on the backs of the NBA defense. They've got to come up with a big stand here. They cannot afford to go down 14-0 early in this ball game.
27-yard punt off the foot of McGuigan, and now the Fighting Irish with a good opportunity to pad that lead. 1:42 left in the first quarter. Father Ryan has played in this championship game one other time, back in 1974 when they won the state title. right up the middle on first down, and across the 35 is Cromwell Stewart. Tackle made by Rob Bearden, the right tackle, senior, 6 foot 232, who has 65 tackles coming into this ball game. Stewart only a sophomore, and with Wilkes, Jonathan Wilkes, missing in action tonight because of an illness, Stewart may be asked to carry the ball a little more than in the past.
And he's the true slash with all those positions listed under his name.
Pitch back to Montalbano, trying to find some room on the outside. Run down from behind. Nice play by linebacker Cole Barfield.
That was a great play by Barfield. He sniffed out that run. Good backside pursuit, and that's what you look for in a linebacker. Watch Barfield. Smells it out, and then just makes good pursuit, good angle, and grabs Montalbano from behind. Great play.
So now third down and about 6 from the 34. Big defensive play here for the Big Red.
And this is where you got to watch Campbell. This is where he's dangerous.
2 receivers split left. Campbell coming to the near side, looking for a hole to duck through. He's going to be short of the first down, out to about the 30, and it's going to set up a 4th and a long 2 for the Fighting Irish.
And I think, Joe, here with the ball about on the 30-yard line, I think you go for it, because if you kick it and it gets in the end zone, you only pick up 10 yards anyway.
4th and 2, ball on the 30-yard line.
Well, Gertman coming into the ball game, they may be about set to try a field goal attempt from this distance.
Or, as I said, you could try a 47-yard field goal.
That would also be an option. Gertman has kicked one from 49 yards earlier in this season, 12 of 16 in field goals. Timeout on the field on a 4th and 2 at the end of the first quarter. It's Father Ryan 7 and MBA nothing. Back to Vanderbilt Stadium in a moment.
I'm Leslie Basham. At Cunningham, the sale is on, and now's your chance to drive a new GMC Sierra, 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, extended cab, or 3rd door at the lowest prices of the year. Plus, save big each month with 5.9% financing on all 2-wheel drive Sierras. And don't forget, all Pontiac Grand Ams and Bonnevilles have low 2.9% financing. Hey, if you just want a new car or truck, go to any dealership. But if you want a great deal, come to Cunningham.
Let Joe Jimmy Changa, let Joe Jimmy Changa, let Joe Jimmy Changa, loco Lupe's. Let Joe Jimmy Changa, let Joe Jimmy Changa, let Joe Jimmy Changa, loco Lupe's. It's not your ordinary Mexican restaurant. It's fun, it's food, it's your amigos, everything you want. So get off your tortilla and let Joe Jimmy Changa, let Joe Jimmy Changa, let Joe Jimmy Changa, loco Lupe's.
Want to see some live NHL action? You could hit Detroit. Or head to San Jose, see the Sharks. Surely Florida has tickets. Good thing the NHL is coming to Nashville. Don't wait if you want to see the Nashville Predators. Get your season tickets today or get left out of the cold.
I think the Father Ryan NBA game is the biggest rivalry in the state, and that proved that, in our first game this season, and to play them in a state championship just richens that tradition and that rivalry. And I just think that playing Ryan and getting a second shot at him in the same season, it makes it even that much bigger for NBA.
It was tough for the Big Red too, because they were so close to victory in that first meeting. In fact, just inches away from a key 4th down, and now on 4th down, Charles Gertman will attempt one from 47 yards out. Todd Campbell, the quarterback, is the holder. Really no wind to speak of. It is a fake. Campbell sprinting for the first down, pitches back to Gertman for the first down.
Well, I'll tell you, you wouldn't believe me if I said this, but my first thought was the quarterback's the holder. You got to watch for the fake, and that's exactly what they did. That's a long field goal, especially in a championship game. You got only a short way to go. Good play by the quarterback, Campbell, and they pick up the first down.
So the kicker was something to remember extra special about his championship appearance. He got to carry the football. 1st and 10 from the 25 for Father Ryan as player rushes on the field at the last moment. Handoff in the middle. Montalbano fights his way out to about the 21. gain of about 4, and so far, Ralph, everything is pretty much sort of going the Fighting Irish way.
Well, there really is, and they're controlling the line of scrimmage. They're getting a good push. Anytime you get that kind of push and your backs can get to the line without being touched, you're going to dominate the inside of the field, and NBA's got to figure out a way to stop them.
2nd and 6 from the 21. NBA coming on the blitz. Montalbano stopped after a gain of only a couple. Murphy Fair down on the sidelines with a guest for us.
Found another celebrity here on the sideline. Vanderbilt women's coach Jim Foster, and coach, a good top 10 preseason ranking, but a pretty good test tomorrow here with James Madison.
Yeah, we play them at 2 o'clock in Memorial. Early in the season, anything can happen, but they're a very well-coached team. Bud Childers, who was at Louisville for 7 or 8 years, is their new coach, and he's doing a good job with them.
All right, good luck to you in the rest of the way in the season, Coach.
Appreciate it very much. Thanks.
Back upstairs, fellas.
I'll be there tomorrow afternoon on radio as usual. The pitch back on 3rd down. Fighting his way out close to the sticks. Depends on the mark. Looks like it may be just a few inches short. Pitch back to Cromwell Stewart. Had to get to the 15, and I believe he's going to be about the length of the football or less short.
Well, Tate Rich got there and tripped him up, but he dove to try to pick up the 1st down, and I agree with you. I think he's going to be a little short. Good play by NBA. They had some defensive coverage, but a good block on the outside sprung him. Good block on John Thompson, and that's what allowed him to get close.
And the mark is, in fact, just a few inches short, which brings up 4th down. Now, Gertman has the leg from field goal range, but I would think with everything going the way it has been, you go on and go for it at this point.
No question about it. If you were willing to fake and go for it on the 30, you might as well go for it on the 15.
Which is exactly what they'll do. Strong right. 2 backs up very close to Campbell, who's going to sneak it himself, and looks like he got enough for the 1st down. Had to get just short of the 15. Didn't have to move the ball that much, and I believe he's over the 15 and has more than enough yardage. And he does. Cole Barfield and Tate Rich, the linebackers, made the stop, but there wasn't much pretense about that where the backs were lined up. It was going to be a sneak or not much else.
He just took the ball, had 1 foot cocked back to be ready to go. Got a good push. Cromwell came in and kind of pushed him from behind.
B.J. Bates, the center, leading the way. 1st and 10 from the 15. With misdirection still with the ball. The pitch back. Trying to find the corner, and good pursuit by the Big Red defense. And number 28, Tommy Humphrey, stopped for no gain. David McIntosh, the cornerback, steps up to make the stop.
Well, it's obvious the way to attack this NBA defense is on the middle, because on the outside they show good speed. There's the quarterback, makes the pitch. Good outside play, but Humphrey could never get the corner turned because the NBA defense had good outside containment.
Humphrey came into this ball game with 3 carries on the season. He's got 2 carries tonight already.
NBA doing a good job of using the sideline as a 12th man, and that's what they did. Humphrey ran out of real estate.
2nd and 11. Rolling to the far side, Campbell looking for running room. Slips, fumbles. And now they'll clear the pile and see who came out with the pigskin. Officials calling for timeout. Now they'll start weeding people out. The Irish say they still have it. Of course, the Big Reds say they have it at this point, and now the fighting is going on underneath. And the Big Red does have the football.
Well, that could be the break that they were looking for, because for all intents and purposes, Ryan looked like they were ready to slam another one in the end zone.
David Farrell, 6'2", 275, came out of the pile with the ball. Timeout on the field, 9:48 left in the 2nd quarter, and Ryan leading MBA 7-0.
Where can you find hundreds of rolls of America's favorite wear-dated or Stainmaster carpet at warehouse prices? At Carpet Depot. Carpet Depot has the color and style of fine carpet and flooring that you're looking for, all under one roof. Flooring is a major investment, so it's important to get the best for less. Commercial and residential, carpet, vinyl, and hardwood are all available at Carpet Depot, plus A1 service and installation. Carpet Depot, where Dalton prices come rolling in. 412 Metroplex Boulevard in Nashville.
Introducing Nintendo Score 64 and win at Taco Bell. Just peel the coin off the lid, score 64, and you could win an N64 system, cash, or millions of other great prizes. And who knows who'll win the Porsche Boxster. It's Score 64 and win, only at Taco Bell.
The asylum walls couldn't hold it back.
Death was his hobby. His profession, it seems.
The police couldn't track it down.
Looks like a human sacrifice.
When a psychotic killer goes on a deadly rampage,
Show me the way!
pure insanity joins forces with the powers of darkness.
It's him. He's here.
And it's closing in on the legacy. Madness turns to murder on the next episode of Poltergeist: The Legacy.
Tonight at 11 on Nashville's WB58.
Catering for today's crew being supplied by Big Guns Catering. For your next celebration, office party, record release, or any get-together for that matter, make sure to call Big Guns at 329-4163. Big Guns Catering. What was that?
I don't know. Looked like a spider.
Good crowd on hand. Little silly string in the crowd. Why not? It's championship night. 1st and 10 from the 22 for the Big Red after a huge defensive stand and a little help. Sloan slips and falls on the turf and loses about 3 back to the 18. We mentioned earlier that there was a lot of rain the last day or so, and though it is artificial turf, it's a little slick.
Well, it stays slick, and there's not a very big crown on this Vanderbilt field, so you don't get the kind of drainage that you'd like. But rain on AstroTurf, you always tend to get some residual water that sits on the turf.
Ryan's first visit to the state championship game in about 23 years. They won it back in '74. Second and long, Sloan with the drop. Pass up the middle, complete. McIntosh breaks a tackle, breaks another, brought down just short of the 30. McIntosh with good second effort, 12 yards on the play, short of the first down, but Clay Meacham, the left guard, had to fight his way downfield to make the stop.
Well, that was a good play. They released McIntosh out of the fullback slot, isolate him on a linebacker right there. He's wide open. Good second effort to get close to the first down. Well-designed play by MBA.
3rd and a short 2, just inside the 30. Sloan looking to the sideline for some instruction and now calls timeout. Either a coach or he saw something they didn't like. We'll take a timeout, 8:23 left in the half, and the Fighting Irish hanging on to a 7-0 lead.
Now when your phone rings, you can see the calling number and a name before you answer the phone, making it easier than ever for you to screen and monitor your calls. With the Bell South Caller ID phone displaying the call, you can decide to answer then, call back later, or ignore the call altogether. Bell South, doing more to put free time back into your busy schedule with convenient, easy-to-use services.
Millions of years ago, the ice came. The struggle for survival was fierce. One cunning beast was feared for its power, then disappeared into the ice. Now, the Ice Age returns, and the beast is back to unleash its fury and bring a roar to the arena. Don't get left out of the cold. The hunt for NHL season tickets is on.
The 1997 Clinic Bowl will be one for the history books, and you can relive the excitement with your own copy of the action. WNAB Sports is offering videotapes of each Clinic Bowl contest. Relive all the big plays, the scores, the fans, and more for only $19.95 plus tax for each game. To order your Clinic Bowl tape, call 650-5850 and specify which game you want. Get bowled over now with your own copy of the best high school football in Tennessee.
Hotel accommodations for tonight's crew have been provided by Holiday Inn Select, Nashville, located just minutes from the airport and convenient to Opryland. Holiday Inn Select. Fighting Irish fans on their feet trying to exhort their defense. 3rd and a short 2 from the 30 for the Big Red. Receiver in motion. Handoff and stopped short of the first down. Randy O'Brien, the left tackle, comes in to make the stop. McIntosh never had a chance.
Well, he didn't, and they kind of telegraphed that play by their formation. Look at the formation. That was a telegraphed play, and O'Brien just decided that he would not be stopped and read it and made the big stop on the fullback.
So now McGuigan back to punt. Only a 29-yard effort the first time around, and now the Fighting Irish call a timeout. So far, it's been all Fighting Irish, Ralph, pretty much momentum-wise.
Well, it really has. MBA has not been able to get anything going offensively. They got the one turnover that kind of staved off a touchdown by Ryan, and now they're going to have to punt 3 and out. They're going to have to get a good punt off, otherwise they're going to the game of field position is going to go against them again.
Let's go down on the sidelines to Murphy Fair. Murphy?
Joe, just a quick question to Ralph. I noticed before the ball game, Ryan seemed to be awfully emotionally high, while MBA was a little bit more methodic, and I thought maybe Ryan might be too high, but so far that hasn't shown up on the field.
Well, that's a good point, Murphy. You know, sometimes the team that's too high comes out and plays a little bit above themselves, but sometimes you need emotion, especially in a big game, and Ryan had the emotion, and maybe the methodical nature of NBA has worked against them here early on.
Well, we talked about that coming into the game. When there's so much hype to a game like this, sometimes you can be so emotionally pumped up that you make mistakes.
Right.
So far, Ryan hasn't had that problem. Wigan back to punt. Jamie Castleman back deep. This punt's a high kick. Castleman coming to the near side, lets it bounce at the 45. And down at the 42. So the Irish maintain their advantage in field position after a 29-yard punt. And they'll take over 1st and 10 from the 42. This is NBA's first ever appearance in the state football championship game. They've had so many tradition-filled years under Tommy Owen all those years at NBA, and now Ricky Bowers in his 4th season. Campbell drops back, rushes on, throws it long. Caught, dropped. Oh, I thought he had it until he hit the ground, but not able to hang on. Enoch Bunch went up in a jump ball situation and had it for just a split second.
Just a little fake inside trap. Quarterback drops back and lets it go. Bunch isolated out there on number 9, the fullback / quarterback, McIntosh, and he does a good job here. Watch, he rips the arms of Bunch to force the ball out, and that's what you want out of your cornerback in that situation.
Had he not done it, Bunch would have probably held on to it. 2nd and 10. Keeper by Campbell, not much there at all. Penalty flag tossed down right into the line. Campbell brought down by the free safety. Barton Simmons coming up, and there's going to be a holding penalty on the Irish. A lot of holding calls on running plays now. That used to be something you never ever saw, and now that offensive linemen have a little more freedom with their hands to get their hands out in front of them, you see it more and more.
We have a hold on the offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot. Repeat 2nd down.
Well, if you're a smart defensive player and you're being held, what you want to do is tell the official. Say, look, take a look at number 58, 56, whatever. He's holding it. And the more you tell the official, he'll watch for that and he'll pick it up. So a smart defensive player will key the official to that particular situation.
10 yards from the spot of the foul, walks it back to the 34. 2nd and 18, Campbell. Right off Montalbano, incomplete. Hit him right in the shoulder pad.
Well, he had him open. Was a pretty good throw. Probably should have come up with it. Good faking in the backfield. That holds the linebackers, holds the corners as well. There's the throw. Montalbano open. He should have had that ball.
You know, he got screened by the official in the middle there for a moment. Had to work his way clear.
Yeah, he did. And the quarterback, Stewart, had to wait for him to clear.
3rd and 18. Quick drop, quarterback draw. Looking for room, finds it. 45, midfield, down to the 45, enough for the Fighting Irish 1st down. David McIntosh, the cornerback, makes the stop, but Campbell once again calls his own number, rambles for 21 and a 1st down.
Well, what makes him so dangerous. Just a quarterback draw is all it was. He dropped back, The corners and linebackers drop back, and then he knifed through the open hole for the first down. He's a very dangerous athlete, Todd Campbell.
Well, it almost looked like he was hiding in the middle of the pile until he found the opening and then took off.
Well, that's a tough play to stop unless the linebacker has the presence of mind to hold his ground, and most of them won't when they see the quarterback drop.
Clock running inside, 7 minutes left in this first half. Campbell with the keeper again, finds more room in the end. Bry Dale, the strong safety, drove Campbell to the turf after a gain of about 8.
Dale packs a lot of punch for 175 pounds. Campbell with a good fake. Montalbano in front of him trying to find somebody to block. Now watch this hit. Hello.
Well, those are the kind that runners lose footballs on because they're spinning in the process.
That's right.
Campbell held on. Campbell for a loss of about 2.
Well, a good linebacker will remember things. He'll log it in the back of his mind, and he remembered what Campbell likes to do on that particular play. Watch, he knew that that was going to be a fake, and he just forgot about Montalbano, just came straight through and corrected.
Timeout on the field to do something, and that was all they needed. One quick timeout to get the clock started, and now everything is back in operating order.
Very important here in the last 5 minutes for MBA before halftime not to let Ryan in the end zone.
3rd and 4 from the 38. Wide splits on the line as the Big Red drop a few folks back in coverage. Shuffle pass again, and this time it's not going to work. Number 33, Rob Bearden, cut through, got his hands on Wilkes, who is playing tonight. Coach Kurt Page told us before the game that he did not think Wilkes would play because of illness, but Wilkes is in fact in the ball game for that play.
Well, I'll tell you, it's hard to keep a kid out of a championship game if he's sick. If he can get on the field and put that uniform on, he's going to play.
4th and 4, and now dropping back to punt is Philip Stack, averaging 34.3 yards per punt. Blake Sloan, I believe, back to receive the punt for the Big Red. Nice high kick, bounces down inside the 10, and it's going to make it into the end zone. 38 yards on the punt by Stack, but a net of only 18 as it'll come out to the 20. 4:47 left in the second quarter, and now, Ralph, Big Red really need to get something going offensively.
They really do, even if it's just 2 or 3 first downs. You know, it's almost like a prize fight. They took the punches from Father Ryan. They've been able to stay standing. Now they've got to deliver some of their own.
Timeout on the field. Fighting Irish hanging on to that 7-point lead.
Introducing Nintendo Score 64 and win at Taco Bell. Just peel the coin off the lid, Score 64, and you could win an N64 system, cash, or millions of other great prizes. And who knows who'll win the Porsche Boxster. It's Score 64 and win, only at Taco Bell.
Bill Boyd and his team at Mid-10 Ford have always been team players when it comes to the best deals on Ford trucks in the entire region. Now, it may sound strange, but selling trucks is a lot like playing football. I mean, if you have the best quarterback, like the full-sized F-Series, the F-150, the heavy-duty F-250, and the really big boy F-350, you've got what they call depth. Take a look at the new Expedition and the dependable Explorer. Now, there's a couple of real running backs. For a great front line, how about the gas-powered F-700 or the gas or diesel-powered F-800? To cover the flanks, we have the LT-8000 and the LTL-9000 triaxle dump trucks. And the linebacker LA-9000 over-the-road semi-tractor with an 84-inch sleeper. All-American All-Stars, Mid-10's truck team at Bill Boyd's Mid-10 Ford. Oh, and remember, America's favorite super-styled Ranger compact pickup, because you can't forget the punter. Bill Boyd's Mid-10 Ford.
Without 3 starters, O.J. Vance, Chris Musgrove, and now Matt Mondelli, so we really have to be ready. We got some backups, so we don't feel like there's any pressure on us. We actually feel like we're the underdog. that we've lost some guys that are key members of our team. They hadn't lost any starters. They're at full throttle. They go down to Memphis and just dominate. So we got our work cut out for us. We really do.
Some validity to that, too. All three key members, of course, Mondelli just suspended here recently and has since left school and left a major void for them to fill. So far, they have been able to do it very well.
Well, they really have. They, as I said, they came out and threw everything they had at MBA, trying to deliver the knockout punch early. MBA has been able to absorb that. They're only down by 7. If they can put any kind of a drive here before halftime, even if they don't score, they get some momentum back. 2nd
and 8, only a gain of a couple. Backs in the eye, lined up very close to quarterback Blake Sloan. Sloan rolls out, throws, completes it out of the not much of a gain at all. And a big tackle made out there by number 20, Ryan Van Nuck, the cornerback. This telecast a special presentation of WNAB Sports and is intended solely for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express prior written consent of WNAB is prohibited. Some of these, they talk about the announcers being compensated. Have you heard that? Well, we've never talked about that.
You have to be compensated to be included in that.
That must be the point where
it took you this long to figure that out?
All the way through the season. 3rd and 7 for the Big Red from the 23. Sloan, quick drop. Quarterback draw. Looking for some room, and the Irish converge and shut him down after a short gain. Zach Schultz, the right tackle, junior, 6'1", 225, closed him down.
Well, watch this. The hole opens for just a minute, and then it closes very quickly. First, Nick List stopped him short, and then Schultz came in to finish him off.
So now McGuigan back into punt. He's had punts of 27 and 29 yards. Castleman back deep to receive along with Cromwell Stewart. This is a good kick. High, carrying it back to about the 35. Castleman hauls it in. They fake the reverse. Castleman keeps. He's not going to go very far at all. Didn't fool anybody with that reverse. 40 yards on the kick and a couple of yards returned by Castleman.
Good discipline by the NBA coverage team. Stayed in their lanes. Were not fooled.
So now the Fighting Irish with another chance to build a little momentum. There is a penalty flag that came down very late out near the 45. Personal foul against MBA.
And that hurts.
That's going to walk the ball into Big Red territory.
We have a personal foul on the white team during the run back. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. 1st down.
During the run back, and Coach Ricky Bowers wants to find out what that was all about. This is his first trip to the championship game as a head coach, so this is new ground for him.
I think the atmosphere should be even greater than it was in the last game, from a fan support, from a community support, and certainly from what the meaning of the outcome is. So it certainly can be a much greater game. Now, whether it'll be as close, I don't know about that.
David Fort hauls in the pass for a big gain on the play of 18 yards. Bry Dale makes the stop for the Big Red.
Well, that was a well-designed play. Fort came from the right side. Good faking. The play action goes left, and then he hits Fort dragging underneath the linebackers for a nice pickup.
Threw it right down the middle. 1st and 10 from the 30. Clock running, 3:07 left in this first half. Irish leading by 7. Campbell, quarterback draw. He's going to get about 4 out to the 26. Number 77, John Rich, the nose guard, there to help wrap him up. This would be really big if the Irish could get some more points on the board.
Well, this is going to be big either way. If the Irish put points on the board, the momentum is usually in their favor. If NBA makes the stop, they go into the second half with renewed momentum. So this is a very important possession either way.
This first half has been played predominantly in the NBA end of the field. Campbell with the keeper around the right end fights his way out to about the 23. Campbell on the season, 118 carries for 663 yards, but tonight he's been the primary ball carrier, already 12 carries and 71 yards.
Well, you know, they've gone to Montalbano in that first drive 4 and 5 times. Now they're sticking it in his gut, pulling it out, and they're letting the quarterback, Campbell, do it on his own. And eventually what he'll do is start giving it up to some pitches. They'll try to get the outside corner turn.
Hillenmeyer and Bearden on this near side of the MBA line have seen a lot of Campbell tonight. 3rd down and 3. Hands off to Montalbano. He fights his way across the 20, and that's enough for the first down. Montalbano, a junior, 5'10", 190. He rushed for 711 yards during the regular season, and that time just sort of bulled his way across the 20 and enough for the first down.
Well, he shows true grit for a kid his size. You know, 185, 190 is not very big, but he runs very powerful.
Clock running, 1:45 left in the half. Irish trying to pad a 7-0 lead. Campbell rolls, looking, throws, almost intercepted. He's lucky to have that one back because Barton Simmons, the free safety, drew a bead on that one. It was just a little bit underthrown for him to get to.
Well, you know, he had pretty good blocking, Campbell did, in the backfield, and Humphrey he broke off his route. Had he continued to run, the ball would have been right there. So either he was touched or he didn't think that the quarterback was going to go to him because he just broke off his route.
2nd and 10, 1:36 left in the half. Campbell 3 for 6 passing. This time hands it off into a pile of MBA defenders. Not much there at all is Montalbano, stacked up by Ben Byrne. And that's going to set up a 3rd and long.
Well, in 3rd and long now, I look for Ryan to either go to the air or try to get the ball to the outside. They'll try to let Campbell get the ball to the outside and make a big play.
3rd and 8 from the 17. Campbell rolling left, going to keep it himself. He's going to be short of the first down, out to about the 11. That's going to be about 2 yards shy. Barton Simmons, the free safety, makes the stop. We're inside the final minute.
What do you do here? Kick it, take a 10-0 lead, or try to put the nail in the coffin? As I said, try to get Campbell to the outside, let him make something happen. Good fake pitch, turns it up, good effort, just short.
Well,
ball comes loose after the play.
It looks like they've decided to go for it. 4th and 2, sort of a gutsy call here with a chance to pad yourself to a 10-0 lead. Campbell making a change at the line, and there's the flag. And that's going to force him to try the field goal. Illegal procedure against the Fighting Irish. That'll walk it back 5 yards, and that will force Charles Gertman onto the field to try one from about 33 yards. The last time they lined up for a field goal, Campbell kept it as the quarterback pitched it back to Gertman. They got the first down. Gertman's kick is up, and it's wide left. So the Big Red dodge a major bullet as the clock counting down here in the 2nd quarter.
Well, that was a major bullet, and that illegal procedure play right before that was a big one also, because the way Ryan had been moving the football, there was nothing to lead me to believe that they couldn't pick up a yard or yard and a half. Tough angle on that field goal from the left hash.
I don't know if Campbell was trying to change the play at the line, and as a result, somebody jumped. It looked like that's what was going on, because a couple of receivers were shifting.
Well, not only that, it looked like the man on the line on the right side came back into a slot position, and before he got set, someone else moved.
Well, now do you gamble or just take a knee and go to the locker room? Just a straight handoff to McIntosh. He'll try to get as much as he can out to the 30. 10 seconds left, clock running. He'll be just short of the first down, and that's probably going to be the final play of the half.
Gordon Berry on the tackle for
Gordon Berry makes the stop for the Fighting Irish, and the Big Red call a timeout with 5 seconds left.
Well, it's not such a bad thing to do here. Throw the ball deep, maybe a Big Ben type formation. If you get a defensive penalty, remember the half of the game cannot end on a defensive penalty. So if you can get one, it puts you within range of the end zone.
Of course, the risk is if you drop back to pass and either have it intercepted or fumble because of the rush, you can have some bad things happen.
No, that's
too.
true. I mean, it's the sword cuts both ways. But, you know, the Big Ben, you put 3 guys out to one side. Remember, the Falcons made that famous back in the early 80s, the Big Ben right or Big Ben left. And just throw it deep. Go for a jump ball, try to get a penalty. But you're right, that sword cuts the other way, too. An interception, a fumble could hurt you. But why else would you call timeout here unless you were going to try something?
Good crowd on hand, vocal crowd. And let's see what that timeout leads to. Ryan will not drop too many folks back in coverage. Got a couple back about 15 yards, and Sloan, after the timeout, just calls the quarterback keeper and runs out the clock. So kind of interesting there in the last 5 seconds, but nonetheless, they've got to feel pretty fortunate to walk out only trailing by a score of 7-0. Let's go down to the field to Murphy Fair.
Ryan, Coach Kurt Page, just a question about that last play before the field goal. It almost, looking at your expression, you wanted that penalty, maybe to get him a little better angle at the field goal?
No, we actually wanted to go for it. We wanted to get the ball and get it snapped, and let's go for it. So we feel like we can run right at them like we're doing. But you know, we're disappointed that we didn't get that field goal. But playing really good, and defense is playing really sound. So we got 24 minutes, and we're going to get after them.
Any special things you look that you need to do? A lot of emotion on this sideline, but only 7 points maybe to show for it.
Yeah, we played really outstanding. We had a turnover down there and then missed a field goal. So, you know, we just got to play better in the second half. We feel like we can do that.
All right, thanks a lot, Kurt. Good luck in the second half. Back upstairs to you all.
Coach Kurt Page watched his team play very effectively in the first half, but as Murphy mentioned, only one touchdown to show for it, and this one's still very much up in the air. Ryan leading 7-0 at the half.
You could be an instant winner at the shops at River Rock. That's right. Stop by any shops at River Rock Merchant and pick up your River Rock Dollars game card. Just scratch and win. It starts November 28th and lasts till December 14th at all these participating merchants. Win 5, 10, 20 River Rock Dollars instantly and register to win the $1,000 shopping spree grand prize. It's a special holiday giveaway at the shops at River Rock.
'Twas the holiday season, and Santa once more was faced again with his annual chore.
What do I get the very best girls and boys?
Church Chrysler has all sorts of shiny new toys.
The new Dodge Durango is finally here. The Concorde and Intrepid are all new this year. So Santa packed up and he drove out of sight. Happy holidays from Church Chrysler, where they treat you right.
Let Joe Chimichanga, let Joe Chimichanga, let Joe Chimichanga, loco Lupe's. Let Joe Chimichanga, let Joe Chimichanga, let Joe Chimichanga, loco Lupe's.
It's not your ordinary Mexican restaurant. It's fun, it's food, it's your amigos, everything you want. So get off your tortilla and
let Joe Chimichanga, let Joe Chimichanga, let Joe Chimichanga, loco Lupe's.
Welcome back. Halftime. Father Ryan, Montgomery Bell Academy, the Class AA state championship game in Division II. And Father Ryan up 7-0. Of course, the Fighting Irish won during the regular season 21-20. A two-game sweep of in-city rival MBA means a state championship for Father Ryan. We'll be back in just a few minutes. We'll talk about what the Clinic Bowl is all about on WNAB.
Bill Boyd and his team at Mid-10 Ford have always been team players when it comes to the best deals on Ford trucks in the entire region. Now, it may sound strange, but selling trucks is a lot like playing football. I mean, if you have the best quarterback, like the full-sized F-Series, the F-150, the heavy-duty F-250, and the really big boy F-350, you've got what they call depth. Take a look at the new Expedition and the dependable Explorer. Now there's a couple of real running backs. For a great front line, how about the gas-powered F700 or the gas or diesel-powered F800? To cover the flanks, we have the LT8000 and the LTL 9000 tri-axle dump trucks. And the Linebacker LA9000 over-the-road semi-tractor with an 84-inch sleeper. All-American All-Stars, Mid-10's truck team at Bill Boyd's Mid-10 Ford. Oh, and remember, America's favorite super-styled Ranger compact pickup, because you can't forget the punter. Bill Boyd's Mid-10 Ford.
Want to see some live NHL action? You could hit Detroit. Or head to San Jose, see the Sharks. Surely Florida has tickets. Good thing the NHL is coming to Nashville. Don't wait if you want to see the Nashville Predators. Get your season tickets today or get left out of the cold.
Since 1950, the Nashville Junior Chamber of Commerce through the Clinic Ball has raised $4.7 million for benefits of rehabilitative and physical therapy clinics in Vanderbilt and all across the state. This is something special, and this is what it's all about.
My name's Pete Faison, and I'm the Clinic Ball sports person.
Since 1950, the Clinic Bowl has made champions out of many football players and teams. However, it has also made champions out of many Tennesseans with physical challenges. The Nashville Area Junior Chamber of Commerce works hard every year to manage fundraisers for the Clinic Bowl. To date, the Clinic Bowl has brought in over $4.5 million to purchase crutches, walkers, wheelchairs, and strengthening equipment for Tennesseans with physical challenges. Money raised from the Clinic Bowl built the Clinic Bowl Gymnasium at Vanderbilt Stallworth Hospital, a gym constructed specifically for physically challenged athletes. Clinic Bowl money also funds the Kramer Clinics, an annual program offering 60 high school students from Tennessee the opportunity to attend free workshops and learn athletic training skills. The goal of rehabilitative services is to improve overall functioning of people with injuries, birth defects, and other disabilities. Physical therapists restore function to neuroskeletal systems through education, exercise, and hands-on care. Occupational therapy encompasses the learning of skills vital to the activities of daily living, such as dressing, feeding, play, and schoolwork. Pete Faison, the 1997 Clinic Bowl spokesperson, is an occupational therapy patient. During his sessions with his occupational therapist, Mary Underwood, he uses equipment funded by the Clinic Bowl.
Pete was born at 8 months gestation and was diagnosed with hydrocephalus, which is excess fluid on the brain. He received surgery to remove the excess fluid and began occupational therapy here at Vanderbilt when he was 3.5 years of age. I work with Pete once a week in occupational therapy on his sensory integration skills. More specifically, we work on his handwriting, motor planning skills, and the processing of sensory input.
Pete is doing very well in therapy. He loves navigating his way through computer games and making up his own obstacle courses on the therapy equipment. Strong legs run, so weak legs walk. This is the Clinic Bowl slogan. The goal of the football player is to win the Clinic Bowl trophy. The goal of the patient is to overcome challenges. However, they both possess the same qualities needed to get them to these individual goals: determination, heart, and the desire to make dreams come true.
The Clinic Bowl football games are going to be great.
Well, thank you very much for that report. We had a little Pete on between at the halftime of the first game, the BGA win over Knoxville Webb, and what a great kid. That's what it's all about. Jennifer Loper Honeycutt and Jay Brothers, the Clinic Bowl co-chairpersons, in with us now, and we saw that report. Where does this money go to that's raised?
The money raised from Clinic Bowl goes to Vanderbilt's rehab physical therapy clinic, as well as several other clinics across the state.
Yeah, how much money do you expect to come out of this, what, you got 2 weekends now, right?
2 weekends, so we're hoping to raise more money than ever before with Clinic Bowl. Like you said, we've given almost $5 million so far to Vanderbilt.
Jay Brothers in with us as well. And Jay, I saw the program and had a great picture of your grandfather, who's the former MBA headmaster, so you're not for MBA in this one, I know that.
Cheering for all the teams, especially for the Big Red.
Yeah.
But
when did you guys start working on this year's event?
Around this time last year, started all the preparation, and then through the course of this year have had upwards of around 80 junior chamber people, volunteers, and junior chamber members helping us, and then a couple hundred here on game days alone.
Jennifer, would you do it again?
It's been a great experience, but it's a lot of work, Greg. I'll tell you when it's over.
I bet. But is this the fun part? You've worked a year now just to watch it all come together, Jay.
It is. It's very enjoyable, and knowing that we have trusted workers and friends taking care of what's going on to make sure the whole thing goes well, and then we raise the money well.
I'll tell you, the Nashville Junior Chamber of Commerce can be proud of you, Jennifer, you, Jay. You guys, everyone, even from Rick Region on down, he tells me you guys have done a great job. All right, thank you. Thanks for coming by. Jennifer Loper, Honeycutt, and Jay Brothers, thanks a lot. Hey, we're at half. Father Ryan 7, Montgomery Bell Academy 0, and Joe Fisher and Ralph Miranda in just a few.
You could be an instant winner at the shops at River Rock. That's right. Stop by any shops at River Rock Merchant and pick up your River Rock Dollars game card. Just scratch and win. It starts November 28th and lasts till December 14th at all these participating merchants. Win 5, 10, 20 River Rock Dollars instantly and register to win the $1,000 shopping spree grand prize. It's a special holiday giveaway at the shops at River Rock.
This is Mike. He's been helping his Grandpa Ray of Ray's Custom Exhaust since he could walk.
Pop, this needs a muffler.
Go ahead and put a muffler on it, Mike.
Mike may not have the 10 years experience his grandpa has, but he likes helping his grandpa work on exhaust systems, brakes, shocks, and struts. Put your vehicle into the hands of a professional when it needs some tender, loving care.
Pop, this one's done.
Just don't give Mike your keys until he's a little older. Ray's Custom Exhaust, New Nashville Highway in Murfreesboro.
Let Joe Jimmy Changa, let Joe Jimmy Changa, let Joe Jimmy Changa, local Lupes. Let Joe Jimmy Changa, let Joe Jimmy Changa, let Joe Jimmy Changa, local Lupes.
It's not your ordinary Mexican restaurant. It's fun, it's food, it's your amigos, everything you want. So get off your tortilla and
let Joe Jimmy Changa, let Joe Jimmy Changa, let Joe Jimmy Changa, local Lupes.
Back at Vanderbilt Stadium at halftime, Father Ryan, the only school able to manage any kind of scoring drive. It was their first one, and it has stood up at halftime. The Fighting Irish leading MBA by a score of 7-0. As expected, a close battle for this large class Division II state championship. Joe Fisher and Ralph Miranda with you from Vanderbilt Stadium on a rather cool night, but a good football night, and we've seen some good football. The first game this afternoon, BGA won the small class championship by knocking off Knox Webb 19-7. This one, as we see, by a 7-0 score. Not a lot of offense, but let's take a look at the stats from the first half and see how they stack up. You can see rushing yardage dominated by Ryan, as is total yards. MBA held to only 37 yards in the first half.
And only 2 first downs. They only had the ball 7 minutes out of the 24. Definitely domination by Ryan in the stats, but not on the scoreboard.
Time of possession of Big Edge, 16 minutes to 7.5. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. In the first quarter, Father Ryan, their opening drive, and quarterback Todd Campbell gets him in the end zone.
Well, Campbell with a nice cutback after the fake to Montalbano, shifts the ball to his left arm so he doesn't fumble it inside the playing field, and they're up 7-0.
Campbell, the leading rusher in that first half. Then in the second quarter, Campbell trying to get outside.
That's where the fumble occurred. He just lost control of it, and MBA dodged a big bullet because Ryan was about to go in to make it 14-0.
Number 63, David Farrell with the recovery. And then the field goal attempt by Gertman, which missed wide left.
He just hooked it from the left hash, and that was the close of it.
And so that's where we stand at 7-0 at halftime. Let's go down on the field with Murphy Fair with NBA coach Ricky Bowers.
All right, about ready to get the second half underway. Ricky, a lot of movement up and down the field, but the defense has only given up 7 points. That's got to be an encouraging sign.
We're fortunate to get out of being 7 down. We've not played well offensively or defensively. They've done a good job. I feel like we're catching on defense, and on offense, we haven't gotten any rhythm.
Adjustments that we might be able to expect in the second half, or just try and do what you've been doing a little better?
Block and tackle a little better than we did.
Just back to the basics, right?
Right. And we're going to have to do it, we're going to get back in the game. I'm glad we're getting the ball back first.
All right, thanks for your time. Good luck in the second half. It's back up to you upstairs.
Good point, Murphy. Thank you very much. He will receive, MBA will, the opening kickoff to begin the second half. We'll be back to see the third quarter in just a moment.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Headlining tonight's really big show, here's the Mercedes-Benz M-Class right there. Wow! Look at that turn, folks.
This feels just like a Mercedes. That's because it is a Mercedes, Johnny.
Unbelievable. The entire King family.
There's even room for me drum kit.
Look, Eddie. Say that back.
I noticed. I noticed. Oh, there it is. The first 4x4 that performs like a Mercedes.
I gotta follow an act like that.
Hey, where'd you get that?
Taco Bell.
It's one of those Nintendo guys, huh?
Donkey Kong.
I see it.
In a minute.
Come on.
Oh, come on, Dad.
All right, guys. We're going to Taco Bell.
Yeah. Nintendo toys, free with a kid's meal or 99 cents with a holiday gift box. The perfect gift for your kids.
Hey, yours is bigger.
I think somebody needs a nap.
Taco Bell wants...
This Clinic Bowl game is being brought to you by Loco Lupe's Mexican Restaurant and Cantina. Loco Lupe's Let Your Chimichanga. By the Nashville Predators. Call 770-PUCK to make sure you have a seat at Nashville's School of Hard Knocks, our hockey team. By Sunrise Sports. Fill up on your sports breakfast buffet each morning from 6:30 to 8:30 with Hutch, Coach B, and the Judge on WAMB 1160 AM. And by Mid-10 Ford Truck Sales. We want to be your truck company.
Halftime at Vanderbilt Stadium. Father Ryan with a 7-0 lead over the Big Red of MBA. Joe Fisher and Ralph Miranda, along with the rest of the WNAB sports crew. Glad to be here for Championship Saturday in Division II. Both teams took about as much time as they could possibly take in the locker room. MBA came out just a moment ago, and Father Ryan still just coming out, so we got about 2.5 minutes before kickoff.
Well, Joe, that last shot of the ball under the net is kind of like how NBA feels tonight, imprisoned. They can't seem to get anything going. Even though they know what they've got to do, they're not blocking and tackling, and they're not getting the job done.
Let's take one quick break, come back with the start of the third quarter. The Fighting Irish leading 7-0.
Want to see some live NHL action? You could hit Detroit. Or head to San Jose, see the Sharks. Surely Florida has tickets. Good thing the NHL is coming to Nashville. Don't wait if you want to see the Nashville Predators. Get your season tickets today or get left out of the cold.
Come into Shoney's now and start your day out right with Shoney's Unlimited Breakfast Bar. Fresh fruit, scrambled eggs, bacon, sausage, cereal, pancakes, and more. All you care to eat. So you get to enjoy breakfast just the way you like it, 7 days a week. At a great price, even if you only make one trip through. But then we haven't seen anyone resist seconds yet. The Unlimited Breakfast Bar only at Shoney's. Let's eat.
With Bell South, now you can design your own phone service, all for one flat rate. There may be things that you've always wanted, like caller ID. There may be things that you've never even known your phone can do until now, like call return. Either way, with Bell South's Complete Choice Plan, you can have all the eligible calling features you desire and your local phone service for one price. Bell South's Complete Choice Plan, just one more way we're committed to doing more for you.
Well, they're wrapped up, but they're enjoying the evening, especially the Father Ryan fans right now because they're in front 7-0. I think Ricky Bowers probably put it pretty accurately when he was talking to Murphy Fair a couple of moments ago when he said, you know, we're fortunate just to be down 7.
Oh, they really are. I mean, I talked about the prize fight analogy, and that's exactly what it was. NBA was 1 or 2 plays away from being down 14-0 and possibly more than that. So they're very fortunate to be within 1 touchdown of the Fighting Irish.
Todd Campbell, the Irish quarterback, had a good first half, rushing the ball 14 times for 78 yards and a touchdown, his long run of 21.
Well, they've got to do a better job, MBA does, of containing that young man right there. He's been the trigger for this offense, not only in making good decisions on the option, but knowing when to run the ball, when to hand it off, and making good, solid runs. He's been a real field general. They've got to stop him. Otherwise, they're not going to be successful.
MBA head coach Ricky Bowers getting a lot of help from his assistant coaches. Greg Carson, Joe Cood, that's the Father Ryan group. David Brown, Ed Caudle, Floyd Elliott, Tom Moore, and Jamie Redmond. And there are familiar names in all the assistant coaches here that have football backgrounds in this town. For Father Ryan, Greg Carson, Joe Cood, Bill Derrick, former Father Ryan head coach, Jim Derrick, Bobby Garman, Robert Jemison, Brendan Gorham, Jack Pittman, Pat Simpson, and Steve Williams. A lot of history with the teams here, and a lot of folks who have long-time ties to these schools who have stayed with them over the years.
Well, that's what makes a program great, is when you have consistency, when coaches and administrators stay there a long period of time, you can build the tradition, and that's why these two schools both have it.
So Charles Gertman about set to put the ball in play for the Fighting Irish. As McIntosh is back deep to receive, along with Sloan and also Rodriguez. Low line drive, and McIntosh ran a little bit too far up, and the ball rolls through the end zone. The Big Red will take over 1st and 10 at the 20. It would really be important for them here to do something offensively in this first possession and try to set a little bit more positive tone than that first 24 minutes.
Well, they really do, and they need to get off to a quick start. They've got to move the football, get a few first downs, show Father Ryan that they have the ability to stay in this football game.
Their first meeting this year decided by 1 point, 21-20 in favor of the Irish. Sloan hands off, left side. McIntosh spins out of a tackle, tries to break through, fights his way just back to the line of scrimmage. Buster Bateman, the linebacker, there to make the stop. That Irish defense just keeps on coming.
Well, they do. They come in droves, and you've got to find a way to get those guys blocked. But they do a good job of fighting off blocks, and Bateman at linebacker did the best job that time.
Bateman, the leading tackler on the Fighting Irish team, with 92 coming into the ball game.
And I noticed that McIntosh there is wearing a brace on his right knee. I remember he got crunched pretty good in the first half, and they might have put that brace on at halftime.
2nd and 10. McIntosh tries this side. He's going to be slung down right back at the line of scrimmage. As it looked for a moment like a hole was going to be there, but Zach Schultz closed it.
Well, Schultz very active from his defensive tackle spot. Watch him. He comes all the way from the other side of the field, read the play very quickly. Not a good backside block by MBA, and they find themselves in 3rd and long.
Sloan's put the ball in the air twice tonight. He's 2 for 2, but only 11 yards. And if the Fighting Irish continue to play the run this way, I believe they're going to be forced to go airborne.
Well, this is a passing formation that they come out in. Let's see if they do, in fact, put it in the air.
3rd and 10, 2 receivers split to the far side, 1 wide to the near side. The lone setback is McIntosh, and now a whistle on the field. A delay of game, and that's going to cost him another 5 yards. Let's go down on the sidelines to Murphy Fair.
Got to guess Bert Dale here, his son Bry playing on the field. And Bert, you were a member of that 68 state championship team at MBA. This must be quite a privilege to do that and then watch your son play in a state title game.
It really is quite a thrill. We had a great time in 68. It was a great victory for us. We were behind like MBA is now in the first of the game, but we came back to win. It was a great win.
I understand you've given a motivational talk or two this week.
Yeah, I've been talking a lot to them, getting them fired up, but I didn't have to talk much. They were pretty fired up anyway.
Good luck to you the rest of the evening. Back upstairs, guys.
Well, Zach Schultz makes his presence known again as he sacks Sloan from behind.
Well, he's got great backside play. Watch Schultz. He just destroys the block and comes right through there for the sack. He's playing above his head right now. Look at this. Just goes straight on the quarterback. Great defensive line play, and that young man has stepped it up here in the second half.
McGuigan back to punt from his own end zone. Irish should get great field position. Kick bounces at the 45. Castleman hauls it in at midfield, and he's brought down immediately. But that was a smart play because it would have cost him some more yardage had he let the ball roll. 40 yards on the punt by Joe Pat McGuigan. and the Fighting Irish put the ball in play 1st and 10 from about the 47.
Steele on the tackle for MBA.
So now the MBA defense asked to step up once again. They bent quite a bit in the first half, but only gave up the 1 touchdown to keep this game close. Todd Campbell, a good first half. Let's see if he can move on that option again. This time the handoff right up the middle for about 3. Jonathan Wilkes with the carry. And Rob Bearden with the stop for the Big Red.
Ryan, going back to the way they opened the game, Joe, with that quick hitter right up the gut, off tackle. They did it with Montalbano in the first half. Now they go to Wilkes to start the second half.
Kurt Page told me 30 minutes before kickoff that Wilkes would not play tonight because he was sick. Wilkes didn't want to miss the state championship game, obviously. Pass intended for Humphrey is incomplete.
Todd Campbell's pass.
Back down on the sidelines to Murphy Fair.
Got a very special guest with us this time, fellas. Mr. John Curry, and you see the number 351 on his button here. 351 straight games of NBA football. That's quite a record, Mr. Curry.
Dates back September 1966.
You used to do some filming for NBA, too, I understand.
20 years.
20 years worth of filming. Any predictions on the game? I know you're down 7-0 right now.
Yeah, I thought we'd do better than we're doing.
Still a lot of football left, though, isn't there?
We'll come back. Come back a lot of games.
Appreciate you coming down and visiting with us tonight.
Appreciate talking to you.
351 straight NBA games. This guy's been here cheering for the Big Red for every one of them.
I know he had a couple of opportunities where he thought that streak was going to break. One was a sudden illness of his wife a few years ago, and he was still able to find a way, through her encouragement, in fact, to go to the ball game and keep that streak intact. Penalty flag on the play. It looks as if it'll be against Father Ryan in the decision on whether to take the penalty or the play. Holding against the Irish, and it's going to be a 10-yard walk-off back to the 43 and set up 3rd and long. Kurt Page sending in the offensive call. Bill Derrick there just to his left. There's a lot of Father Ryan tradition just standing right there. Of course, Bill Derrick was a head coach at Hendersonville for quite a few years and now has worked his way back on the staff with Kurt Page. 3rd and 14. Campbell, quick drop, quarterback draw. He's going nowhere. This time MBA read that very well. And number 65 for MBA, Ben Byrne, makes the stop.
Watch him. He stays at home, fights off the block of the offensive center, and makes the play.
4th and 14 now in the punt formation for Ryan. Blake Sloan back deep. Phillips Stack, the punt, has one of 40 yards earlier in the game. Rush was on, but he gets it away. Nice kick. Sloan fair catch all the way back at the 16. So once again, the Big Reds start deep in their own territory. 8:14 left in the 3rd quarter after a 41-yard punt from Stack. It's still 7-0 Fighting Irish.
Bill Boyd and his team at Mid-10 Ford have always been team players when it comes to the best deals on Ford trucks in the entire region. Now, it may sound strange, but selling trucks is a lot like playing football. I mean, if you have the best quarterback, like the full-sized F-Series, the F-150, the heavy-duty F-250, and the really big boy F-350, you've got what they call depth. Take a look at the new Expedition and the dependable Explorer. Now, there's a couple of real running backs. For a great front line, how about the gas-powered F-700 or the gas or diesel-powered F-800? To cover the flanks, we have the LT-8000 and the LTL 9000 tri-axle dump trucks. And the Linebacker LA-9000 over-the-road semi-tractor with an 84-inch sleeper. All-American All-Stars, Mid-10's truck team at Bill Boyd's Mid-10 Ford. Oh, and remember, America's favorite super-styled Ranger compact pickup. Because you can't forget the punter. Bill Boyd's Mid-10 Ford.
Introducing Nintendo Score 64 and win at Taco Bell. Just peel the coin off the lid,
Score 64, and you could win an N64 system, cash, or millions of other great prizes. And who knows who'll win the Porsche Boxster. It's Score 64 and win. Only at Taco Bell.
Our run game really, it didn't suffer as much as our, defense. People thought defense suffered more, but we had some great sophomores step up. But this week, we're going to try to stick with what we've been doing, trying to change it up too much. We might open up a little more, but we're going to come out with our offensive line attack and see if they can handle them.
Todd Campbell talking about the loss of Mondelli to this team and what effect it would have, and so far those who have stepped up in his place have stepped up admirably.
Well, the defensive line has stepped up. Guys like Schultz and Meacham and O'Brien have taken the pressure off the young linebackers. As long as those defensive linemen continue to play like they are, the linebackers will not have to bear the burden of the running game. So good team effort defensively.
Now Blake Sloan bearing the burden of an offense that has stalled throughout the course of this day, and they need to get something going because the clock is beginning to run down on them. Sloan looks like maybe he busted play, but he finds some room on the outside. Should be enough to move the sticks for a first down. It looked like he went back looking for somebody in the backfield and then just took off. Michael Russo, the safety, makes the stop.
Well, sometimes a busted play will work for you. You wouldn't think it, but he just gets to the outside, finds some room, puts a little fake on, and takes it across the sticks for the first down.
Credit 11 yards to Sloan for the first down, and pushing a little bit farther out of the shadow of their own end zone now, up to the 28-yard line, or 27-yard line, first down. Sloan fakes in trouble, and he's going down.
Guess who?
Zach Schultz, once again.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Whoever's trying to block Zach Schultz, and it's probably the left side of the MBA line, is not having an easy go of it right now because Schultz is dominating this football game. Watch this. By the time Sloan turns around, all he can see is Schultz. He didn't even have a chance to get set. And it looks like the center and the left side of that line are going to have to make some adjustments.
Schultz, 6'1", 225, a junior, having a game of his life in the championship game. Quick pass, almost complete, but dropped. Intended for Jonas Rodriguez, who broke open, but the pass was a little bit too low.
Well, he was definitely open. Sloan had him, but he just rushed the pass a little bit too much. Otherwise, he could have hit Rodriguez. Watch it here. He just rushes it a little too much and leads him. If he would have waited a split second longer, that could have been a completion.
Coach Ricky Bowers hoping this offense can find some consistency here. Now facing a 3rd and 17 from the 20. Two receivers split to the near side. One lone setback behind Sloan. Handoff. That's only going to get about 4 yards out to the 25 and bring up a 4th down and 13.
Guess who? Zach Schultz was in on it again. And if I'm MBA, I'd figure out a way to get that young man blocked.
Might take more than one person.
Well, maybe so, but you've got to figure out something because they can't throw, they can't run. He's coming from the backside. I mean, he's just having a whale of a game.
Castleman and Stewart back deep to receive the punt from McGuigan. Another one off the side of his foot. Castleman hauls it in on the run and is brought down at the 47. A brave play, but that sure kept the ball from bouncing deeper in the territory. A 26-yard punt by McGuigan.
Brought down by
Brydale with the stop for the Big Red. 6:22 left in this 3rd quarter, and we're still sitting on 7-0. And the Irish, as you were mentioning earlier, Ralph, probably perfectly content to just sit on 7-0.
Well, exactly. I mean, they'll take this win 7-0 if they can get it. But I have a feeling that they're going to find a way to get it in the end zone here. The field position game has been in their favor too long.
2 backs behind Campbell on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Now in trouble. He's going down right at the line of scrimmage. Didn't have much time. Once he got back set up to throw, the pocket collapsed on him rather quickly.
Well, he had a few blocks early on, but the coverage was pretty good downfield. And by the time he decided to tuck it up and run, the pocket, as you said, had collapsed on him.
Hunter Hillenmeyer there to help make the stop.
Watch the blocks he gets right here. Watch number 9. Good block there by Wilkes. He's got time, and then it collapses. Nice play there by Hillenmeyer, fighting off the block from Wilkes and making the play.
Chase Neal also there as well. 2nd and 11. Campbell had lost the ball for a moment, got it back, and just went forward as much as he could, got a couple of yards. Let's go down to the sideline to Murphy Fair.
Fellas, you mentioned earlier about the risky business there of taking that punt on the run like that. And several members of the Ryan coaching staff eyeing the heavenly skies after the whistle finally blew the play dead. Maybe some divine intervention on Ryan's part right there.
Well, so far they have played pretty much mistake-free football. Quick pass is going to be short of the first down by maybe a yard. Michael Russo with the catch. Tate Rich, the linebacker, makes the stop. The sophomore, 5'10", 175, and Russo puts in most of his time at safety, but also back up at flanker and makes the catch. Gain of about 9. It's going to set up a 4th down and 1.
And that's the kind of route that if you're Russo, you've got to break that route off another couple yards. It was a nice slant, but you got to make sure you cross the sticks.
4th and 1, and the Fighting Irish going for it again. Campbell looks over the defense, makes a change at the line. Handoff right up the middle, Montalbano first down.
And that was a nice call. Give all the credit in the world to Todd Campbell. He saw the blitz by the linebackers, checked off to the quick hitter, and got the first down. Watch this, just a quick hit. He saw the linebacker coming from his left, and he checked off to Montalbano.
Credit Bates and Raymer for opening the hole for Montalbano.
Well, that was a nice check off by Campbell, showing good presence of mind, and Montalbano picking up the first down.
And Joey was upset because he didn't go farther. I think he thought he had a little more room to run. Hand off in the middle to Wilkes for a couple up to about the 30. Clock running, 3:55 left in the 3rd quarter. David Farrell with the stop for the Big Red. And once again, this NBA defense facing a real critical situation.
Well, they really are. I mean, they've been put in this situation most of the evening, and they have got to come up big again.
Father Ryan undefeated on this season. 2nd and 7. Campbell with a handoff. Montalbano fights his way to the 25. It's going to be a couple of yards short of the first down. Stop made by Blake Sloan, quarterback and cornerback. And now a 3rd and 2 and a big play here for the NBA defense. And probably in need of 2 big plays, because I would imagine if the Irish are short on this one, they would go for it again on 4th down.
I would think so.
Montalbano and Wilkes in the backfield, split behind Campbell. Straight handoff Montalbano. This time MBA stands him up. Sort of a rugby scrum there, trying to push forward to the first down sticks, and I believe they're going to be a little short.
Well, Montalbano thinks he's got it, but I think he's still going to be about a yard short.
4th down, not even a measurement.
That was the same play that they ran to pick up the first down last time, but Barfield making a nice play from his linebacker spot, read it, and made the stop.
And this time, Charles Gertman trotting onto the field for the Fighting Irish. They're lined up dead center, right in the middle of the hash marks.
Well, it's not a bad decision. 2 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. If you can get up by 10, you force NBA to score twice.
Campbell the holder. Gertman 12 of 16 or 12 of 17 in field goals. This one from 41 yards, never had a chance.
No.
So once again, the Big Red dodge another scoring bullet. 2:07 left in the 3rd quarter, and the Irish hanging on to that 7-0 lead.
'Twas the holiday season, and Santa once more was faced again with his annual chore.
What do I get the very best girls and boys?
Church Chrysler has all sorts of shiny new toys.
The new Dodge Durango is finally here. The Concorde and Intrepid are all new this year. So Santa packed up and he drove out of sight. Happy holidays from Church Chrysler, where they treat you right.
Nah, it's nothing like baseball. Call 770-PUCK today for season ticket priority.
Let Joe Jimmy Changa, let Joe Jimmy Changa, let Joe Jimmy Changa, loco Lupe's. Let Joe Jimmy Changa, let Joe Jimmy Changa, let Joe Jimmy Changa, loco Lupe's. It's not your ordinary Mexican restaurant. It's fun, it's food, it's your amigos, everything you want. So get off your tortilla and let Joe Jimmy Changa, let Joe Jimmy Changa, let Joe Jimmy Changa, loco Lupe's.
Catering for today's crew being supplied by Big Guns Catering. For your next celebration, office party, record release, any get-together for that matter, make sure to call Big Guns at 329-4163. Big Guns Catering, and also be ready to visit the Boundary, which will be reopening on December 10th. Well, the dedicated fans out here in short sleeves or no sleeves.
And those guys have been to the Boundary for sure. They're pushing the envelope.
The edge of the boundary.
Yes, indeed.
1st and 10, Big Red from the 20. Hand off to McIntosh, loses a yard. Boy, once again, that Fighting Irish defense is just living in the Big Red backfield.
Well, they're getting control of the defensive line. They're taking control of the scrimmage line, and that's the key to any ball game. If you can control the front line, you're going to control the ball game, and Ryan's doing it right now.
You see O'Brien 55 and Meacham 65, and they combined to shut McIntosh down for a loss of a yard. McIntosh 7 carries, 18 yards. 2nd and 11. Play fake. Sloan pumps, looking to set up the screen, overthrows him. Looking for McIntosh on the screen, but he had plenty of purple jerseys out there along with him.
Well, it's almost, Joe, like Ryan has gotten a hold of the playbook of MBA. They seem to know everything that MBA is going to do. They snuffed out that screen before it happened. And MBA is just in a dire circumstance right now. They've got to find something that'll work to get them some field position.
And once again in a 3rd and long situation. 3rd and 11 from the 19. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 split here to the near side. Sloan's pass, his receiver fell down. Wide receiver John Ozier up screaming, as is Ricky Bowers, wondering how there was no pass interference call there, as they thought Ozier had been tackled.
Well, let's see. Well, we're not going to get a look at it from that angle. Looked like just a little post route. Ozier never got there.
He got up pointing at number 28 on defense.
Humphrey.
Tommy Humphrey, and instead it's 4th down. Jamie Castleman back deep along with Cromwell Stewart. McGuigan in to punt. High kick. Ooh, that was dangerous. The ball bounces and rolls back deep. MBA thinks Ryan touched it. Apparently they did, because Castleman ran it down. Castleman must have realized that it grazed a Father Ryan player, and he comes up limping on that right leg.
Yeah, he did. That was heads-up play by him to go back there and get that football if it did touch him. Otherwise, that could have been a big break for MBA. Let's see if we can pick it up right here. Now,
I don't know.
I don't know. That's hard to say who it touched, but I guess Castleman just wanted to be sure.
I guess 57 yards by the time it was all over, but that was a very, if it was not touched, and it did not appear to be, that was very risky. Wilkes fights his way through the middle, out across the 30-yard line, and close to the 1st down marker. Needed to get to the 33, and he's going to be about a half a yard short. Brought down by Blake Sloan.
Just another good inside run by Wilkes. The big split spreads the defense out. The linebackers can't get there quick enough to fill, and Ryan has another 9-yard gain.
So sort of a free play now here on 2nd and 1. Campbell keeps 1st down across the 35 out to about the 37. But what a luxury to have a quarterback that can carry the football for you to eliminate that risk of handing the ball off. Chase Neal with the stop for the Big Red, but it's a Fighting Irish first down.
And Joe, if for some reason this game ends 7-0, you'll have to go deep into the box score and the stats to really find the true picture of the game, because Ryan has dominated this football game, but they're only up by 7 points.
David Farrell, 6'2", 275, one of those in to help make the stops. 1st and 10, probably the final play. Campbell hammered and a fumble, and it looks like maybe the Big Red have the football, and they do. Boy, the timing was perfect. Ingle Martin, the free safety, in there to make the recovery after the hit by Chase Neal.
Well, this is the play right here. Right before he could hand the ball off, they got a great hit by the linebacker, Tate Rich. Just a tremendous play. Good penetration right there. Upsets the handoff. The ball pops out on the turf, and MBA has the turnover they were looking for.
Well, they've been looking for something good to happen. They finally have a shot in good field position. 1st and 10 from the 35. McIntosh fights his way out to the 30. Struggles for about 4 yards. Well, still on his feet, and they let him go a long time. That's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. But this 4th quarter has suddenly gotten very interesting as MBA, after the turnover, is in Fighting Irish territory and trying to cut into this 7-0 Ryan lead.
Falling in love again, never wanted to. What am I to do? I can't help it. Love's always been my game. Play it how I may. I was made that way. I can't help it. Men cluster to
the table's gorgeous. And there's ham. Jack's company gave us the heavenly ham. The other one.
Which one is the heavenly
Which
ham?
one is this one. Heavenly ham's on the
Which
left.
ham disappears from holiday tables faster than any other? Heavenly ham. Spiral sliced, honey and spice glazed, tender smoked turkey, side dishes, breads, desserts.
More ham, anyone? Yes. The heavenly ham's all gone, but we still have this one. No.
Heavenly ham. Now disappearing from holiday tables everywhere.
Hotel accommodations for tonight's crew have been provided by Holiday Inn Select Nashville, located just minutes from the airport and convenient to Opryland. Well, the crowd got fired up all of a sudden. It had been sort of dull and dominant by Father Ryan, but after the turnover, the Big Red in business, 2nd and 7 at the 31. Handoff up the middle, McIntosh, he is gone! Touchdown, MBA!
David McIntosh for the play. Well, Joe, you know, we talk about turnovers and how important they are, and that one big turnover caused by Tate Rich has turned this football game around and changed the entire complexion of it.
MBA basically dominated for 3 quarters by the Fighting Irish, and now all of a sudden a McGuigan extra point away from being all even. The boot is up, and it gets inside that left upright. One play into the 4th quarter, and we are all tied at 7.
Just a quick hitting play right up the gut. Let's take a look at it. Watch. Good block right there on Schultz. They finally get him blocked. McIntosh scoots through the hole, and then he just turns on the burners to outrun Ryan and says, "We have a new football game."
And boy, do we. Tate Rich's fumble, or causing that fumble, and the Big Red finally get some offense going because they had been basically shut down for the entire ball game. It didn't take long. 2 plays, 34 yards, and I believe it was McIntosh instead of Rodriguez that went to 31 yards for the score.
Well, the key there was they finally got Schultz blocked. They hadn't been able to block him all night. They finally got a block on him. He wasn't able to come down the line from the backside, and MBA has tied it up.
So now McGuigan's set to put the ball in play. Low line drive. Hauled in at the 5 on the run. Breaking his way, Castleman across the 30 out to about the 32. Boy, he loves to catch the ball in full stride, doesn't he?
He does, I'll tell you. He has no fear when it comes to that.
And a penalty flag down late, just short of the 30. And the Irish walking backwards. So that good return by Castleman is going to be nullified as they're going to walk it back all the way to the 17. Maybe a personal foul.
Dead ball foul, personal foul on the receiving team. First down.
Dead ball foul.
No, somebody said something maybe coming out of the pile there trying to fire somebody up. And somebody heard it.
Could be.
So now Kurt Page and the Brain Trust for the Fighting Irish try to stem this momentum that the Big Red have suddenly grabbed in this ball game. 1st and 10 from the 17. Not much there over the right side, maybe out to the 20. As Campbell on the keeper gets about 3.
Well, sometimes a defense, all they need is a spark, and when they get that spark, they tend to play much better. MBA flying to the ball much better. And I think if Ryan is going to win this football game tonight, that young man, Todd Campbell, is going to be the guy that makes the difference.
Well, 2nd and 7 now from the 20. Campbell pitches back. Not much there. It almost looked like Jonathan Wilkes was looking to throw the football.
It did.
But Cole Barfield and Hunter Hillenmeyer were there to run him out of bounds.
And really, you know, MBA has played the outside well all night. They have not been able to run outside on MBA. It's been the inside that they've really had success with, and now MBA seeming to shut that down as well.
Loss of a couple all the way back to the 18-yard line. 3rd and 9 for the Fighting Irish.
Look for some sort of an option with the quarterback.
Reverse, Campbell trying to get outside on the left-hand side. Big Red smell it out, and he's going nowhere. Boy, the defense read it very well, and Campbell was the only purple jersey on the far side of the field.
Well, it's hard. You know, if I can read it from up here, you know the defense can smell it from down there. They knew that the quarterback, Campbell, was going to be involved trying to pick up that first down, and they were ready for it.
So Blake Sloan will drop back to receive the punt from Philip Stack, as very suddenly the whole momentum and feeling of this game has changed.
And we've seen it how many times, Joe? Numerous times how a game turns on one play.
Low driving kick, and it's going to take a huge bounce for Father Ryan all the way back inside the 25 and finally down at about the 23-yard line. So a low drive and a good bounce.
And that's one you've got to feel.
But the Big Red will have the ball 1st and 10 after a 58-yard punt. Murphy Fair down on the sidelines.
Well, fellas, for 3 quarters, it was so noisy on the Ryan sideline, you could hardly hear anything at all. Like you said, that one play turned it around, and now all the noise on the other side of the field, those NBA fans feel like maybe something's going to happen good here.
They're thinking revenge. They lost earlier this year by a point, and had been looking for over a month to have a shot at this one. After losing to Ryan, they knocked off Christian Brothers and McCauley, and now have worked their way here. Just a second to get the chain set on the other side. Now we're, I believe, about ready to go. And Sloan runs over to get some final instructions from Ricky Bowers as he heads back to the huddle. First and 10 from the 23. 2 receivers split wide to the near side. Backs in the eye. Sloan keeps it, and he's not going anywhere. Maybe a yard. Number 65, Clay Meacham, the left guard, there to make the stop. 9:28 left in the fourth quarter. Ryan 7, MBA 7.
Do I dare say?
No, don't even think about it.
Don't even think about it. All right.
Let's wait another 2 or 3 minutes before we talk about that.
All right. All right. I won't even say it.
I was just thinking about it too, but I wasn't going to say it. 2nd and 9. Sloan hands off. They fake the reverse. McIntosh tries to get outside.
What a great
Zach
play.
Schultz again.
What a great play.
Well, Zach Schultz has had a career night.
Watch this play. Schultz just holds his ground. Look, it fights off the block and makes the play. Just a tremendous football play by Zach Schultz. If Father Ryan goes on to win this game, that young man's going to be taking home some hardware.
6'1", 225, a junior. And he has disrupted the Big Red offense tonight. 3rd and 16, all the way back to the 17. Sloan fakes, looking, rolls out, trying to get away dangerously, but does. Now needs to throw the ball downfield, throws it, almost intercepted. Boy, and Sloan could thank his lucky stars for that one, because Joey Montalbano almost had the interception.
Well, he really did. That's a tough pass to throw. A young quarterback never throw on the run back across the field. But again, Zach Schultz, there's 67. Watch him. He fights off. 55 doesn't get him. Now here comes Schultz and also Meacham, and they just put the pressure on him and force him to throw that ball. He should have thrown that one to the sidelines, not back into the field of play.
Well, there was no white jersey over there anywhere.
None.
4th down. McQuegan back to punt. End over end. Stewart waves for the fair catch as the ball bounces out of bounds, but the Irish are going to have the ball on the NBA side of the field. 1st and 10 from the 49. 8:05 left to play, and we are all tied for the state championship at 7-7.
You could be an instant winner at the shops at River Rock. That's right. Stop by any shops at River Rock Merchant and pick up your River Rock Dollars game card. Just scratch and win. It starts November 28th and lasts till December 14th at all these participating merchants. Win 5, 10, 20 River Rock Dollars instantly and register to win the $1,000 shopping spree grand prize. It's a special holiday giveaway at the shops at River Rock.
Introducing Nintendo Score 64 and win at Taco Bell. Just peel the coin off the lid, Score 64, and you could win an N64 system, cash, or millions of other great prizes. And who knows who'll win the Porsche Boxster. It's Score 64 and win, only at Taco Bell.
The 1997 Clinic Bowl will be one for the history books, and you can relive the excitement with your own copy of the action. WNAB Sports is offering videotapes of each Clinic Bowl contest. Relive all the big plays, the scores, the fans, and more for only $19.95 plus tax for each game. To order your Clinic Bowl tape, call 650-5850 and specify which game you want. Get bowled over now with your own copy of the best high school football in Tennessee.
At the conclusion of this game, stay with us when the Nashville Predators will be presenting the play of the game. Call 770-PUCK to put your hockey season tickets on ice. Fighting Irish 1st and 10 from the 49. Montalbano nowhere. Tate Rich and Cole Barfield, the two linebackers, there to shut it down. Let's go down to the sidelines to Murphy Fair.
Fellas, all season long we've heard about Charles Gertman, the great kicking game that the Ryan team has. He's working it off over here on the sideline, and he could very well be the difference in this ball game before everything is said and done.
Well, Gertman's had a couple of opportunities tonight and come up empty. Did figure into the one fake field goal attempt. Campbell fakes, play action, passes, complete. Out across the 40, and it depends on the spot. It should be enough for the first down. Tommy Humphrey out there to make the catch and trying to get this crowd back up and into it.
Humphrey made the catch, and then number 3, Barton Simmons, came and put the hit on him. Nice play by Campbell. Good play action, freezes the linebackers, throws it out there to Humphrey. Simmons makes the shot, but I think they picked it up, and they did.
Humphrey able to hang on to it. 13 first downs for the Fighting Irish, and on first down, the handoff to Montalbano, who maybe got a yard. Campbell out there trying to throw a block downfield.
I noticed that. Not only does he run and throw, he also blocks. He's robo quarterback.
Hunter Hillenmeyer, the right side defensive end, making the stop. Well, at this point, you're 6 minutes and 45 seconds left in the state championship game. If you got anything you can do, you better do it now.
That's right.
There is nothing to leave in the bag at this point. 2nd and 9 from the 38. Clock running inside 6.5 to play. Campbell, straight drop. Throws complete to the 20, 15, down to the 5-yard line. 1st and goal. David Fort, the split end, with a big reception of 33 down to the 5.
Well, that was a great play by Ryan. MBA's corners were off the ball. They went to the post pattern. Fort just cuts across on the post, makes the play, slide, falls down. Simmons falls down. That clears the way for Fort to get to the 10-yard line. And unfortunately for MBA, the free safety, the center fielder, falls down, but it's just a good post pattern.
1st and goal from the 6 for the Fighting Irish. Campbell on the option, puts it in, and a little confusion there. He's trying to take it back, and Wilkes wouldn't let it go. Cole Barfield makes the stop, but actually it was sort of a tug-of-war between the quarterback and the running back. Well, better to have 2 hanging on than nobody, I guess.
That's right. And then MBA trying to grab at it as well. Let's look at it here. Just a quick handoff, tries to pull it out, but he couldn't get it out of there because Rich had already made the hit.
Well, Campbell saw that the fullback or the first man was going to be covered, and he wanted to try to pull it back and go around the left end. Timeout taken on the field by the Fighting Irish with 5:15 left to play, and knocking on the door trying to break this 7-7 tie. We'll take a break and come back to Vanderbilt Stadium.
Let Joe Jimmy Changa, let Joe Jimmy Changa, let Joe Jimmy Changa, loco Lupe's. Let Joe Jimmy Changa, let Joe Jimmy Changa, let Joe Jimmy Changa, loco Lupe's. It's not your ordinary Mexican restaurant. It's fun, it's food, it's your amigos, everything you want. So get off your tortilla and let Joe Jimmy Changa, let Joe Jimmy Changa, let Joe Jimmy Changa, loco Lupe's.
'Twas the holiday season, and Santa once more was faced again with his annual chore.
What do I get the very best girls and boys?
Church Chrysler has all sorts of shiny new toys.
The new Dodge Durango is finally here. The Concorde and Intrepid are all new this year. So Santa packed up and he drove out of sight. Happy holidays from Church Chrysler, where they treat you right.
Country Squire Homes in Murfreesboro is having a factory direct sale. They're overstocked, and these homes must go. You can save thousands now at Country Squire. With winter here, wouldn't you like to cozy up in front of your fireplace in your spacious family room? Our homes are energy efficient with top-of-the-line GE appliances like side-by-side refrigerators, heavy-duty dishwashers, state-of-the-art ranges, and built-in microwaves. Enjoy life with large bedrooms and luxury baths, even available with jacuzzi garden tubs. Call or stop by today. Country Squire Homes, Murfreesboro.
At the conclusion of the game, stay with us when Mid-10 Ford Truck Sales will be presenting the player of the game. Mid-10 Ford, we want to be your truck company. 5:15 left to play. Joe Fisher and Ralph Miranda with you from Vanderbilt Stadium. Ryan 7, MBA 7. But the Fighting Irish knocking on the door, 2nd and goal. Montalbano through the middle of the line and powers his way up to about the 2.
Now let's start thinking ahead here. We've got 3rd down and goal from about the 2 or the 3. If for some reason you don't get in, do you go for the field goal with a kicker who's been struggling tonight, or do you try to punch it in, and even if you don't have it, you pin MBA back deep?
Well, I'd go for it. But that's just me.
And now you've got to watch the corners if you're MBA.
3rd and goal from the 2. Campbell with a change, and in the process draws a lineman to jump, and it's going to cost him 5 yards.
Well, and
Robert Sevier, the right tackle, took a step forward.
More importantly, it's going to put them in a whole different situation, because 3rd and 8, different section of the playbook than 3rd and 3, and Page knows it.
Well, that's a couple of times we've seen that happen today, where quarterback trying to make a change and audible at the line, and one of the linemen jumped a little bit early.
Well, that's a tough play. I mean, it's a tough situation.
3rd and goal still, but now back close to the 8.
Now an inside run is not as effective because the defense is right there.
And there it is. Montalbano shut down at the 6, and now I think since it's from the 6, you got to try to
kick it here.
Hunter Hillenmeyer there for the stop, and Charles Gertman's going to get the call.
And if I'm MBA, I might call timeout here, not only to ice him, but to preserve some time on the clock.
Big Red has 3 timeouts, clock running, 4 minutes left.
Good play by the defense. They snuffed Montalbano out. Linebackers, ends, everybody.
Gertman's missed from 33 and 41. This is from 24. Low snap, kick is up, and this one is good. 3:47 left to play, and the Fighting Irish have grabbed the lead back by a field goal, 10-7, on a 24-yard kick by Charles Gertman. And you know it feels good for him after missing a couple of opportunities already to drive that one through.
Well, no question about that one. Not a very good snap. Good job by Campbell to get it down. And then the kicker just nails it. And he says, yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, that may have been for the state championship.
That's exactly right. You know, you feel that as a kicker. When you miss a couple of kicks, you know your teammates are thinking, we fight to get the ball down there, and then the kicker comes in and misses it. So that's a big play for him to redeem himself.
3:47 left to play. MBA had grabbed the momentum back after a big fumble recovery and then a scoring run to tie the game up, but now the Irish answer with a field goal to take a 10-7 lead. Gertman boots it deep, and maybe a little pumped up as he boots this one all the way out of the end zone.
That's purely adrenaline on that one.
McIntosh never had a chance and just watched it sail over his head. NBA scoring drive, 8 plays, 43 yards, took 4:15 off the clock. Actually, the Ryan scoring drive. Gertman with a 24-yard field goal. And now Sloan, 1st and 10 from the 20. Sloan with a quick drop, slant pass complete across the 30. Should be enough for the first down if they mark the forward progress. Just had to get to the 30, and they're going to put the ball right down on the 30. Brian Van Nuck with the tackle on Michael Eskin. His first catch tonight, I believe. 2nd catch for 11 yards. Had 1 catch earlier that just picked up 1 yard.
I think they marked it just a tad short. Looked like they want a measurement.
Well,
they called an official.
Didn't he catch the ball across the 30?
I thought he did, but I think they're saying that he came back before making contact, and they marked it just a tad shy of the 30.
I should know better than try to officiate.
Well, he's going to be a little short.
I think that's a tough break. I think he caught that ball well across the 30.
Well, it is, but not a bad place here to go deep.
Well, 2nd and inches. 3:32 left to play. And the Big Red trying to march back down at least into field goal range. Sloan straight handoff, 1st down and more. McIntosh across the 35 out to about the 37. Brought down by linebacker Gordon Berry, the sophomore, 6'1", 195.
Good blocking, just a quick hitter to the fullback, cuts against the grain, breaks 1 arm tackle, and picks up some nice yardage.
Well, Berry got the jersey and just wouldn't let go. 1st and 10. Ball just across the 36. Clock running, 3:05 left to play. Sloan to McIntosh. Fights his way across the 40 out to about the 43.
McIntosh on the carry.
Barry again makes the stop, but once again, time is on the side of the Fighting Irish. 2:45 and clock running.
But the way that MBA is chewing up yardage on this drive, it's not going to be long before they get down into the red zone.
Big Red still has all 3 of their timeouts. See the clock in the lower left-hand corner, 2.5 to play. Sloan, quick drop, pass complete. Into Father Ryan territory to the 45, Michael Eskin again.
And that's what's making the running game go, Joe. They had that first pass on the first play of the drive. Now this one, it loosens the defense up. Ryan has got to respect the quick slants. Eskin with a nice quick slant on the outside, and that is opening up the running game. Watch. Just a quick out on the outside slant to pick up the first down. Now they can go back to the run and find some room.
12 yards on the reception. 1st and 10 from the 45. Pitch out, flag down, and I believe they're going to stop play. And that should mean a penalty on MBA.
Well, looked like one of the linemen on the right side moved just a tad early.
It's going to walk it back 5 yards back to midfield. Blake Sloan, 4 of 8 passing for 33 yards, but a couple of them have been pretty pivotal in this drive.
But you know, this is what you play for. This is why you go through summer camp. That's why you put the ball on the 30 in summer camp and you drive down against the clock. This is what you're playing for right here.
And we knew this one would probably be close. Sloan, lob one downfield, just overthrown. Looking for Eskin again. The defense was right there alongside, and the pass was overthrown.
Well, they had pretty good coverage on Eskin that time. Not only underneath, but up on top. Probably lucky the ball was overthrown.
1:49 left to play.
Play action. Smart play. Just a little bit overthrown. Good coverage down there by Father Ryan. Castleman. The corner had good coverage, and they also had the safety Russo to come over to help.
Receiver had inside position, may have had a chance if the ball had been thrown inside. 2nd and 15 from midfield. 1:49 left. Sloan, quarterback draw. He's going to get maybe a yard, and Gordon Berry there to sling him to the ground. Berry, one of those sophomores that was asked to step up with the loss of Mondelli, and he does it here.
Looked like he wanted to throw, then he tries the quarterback option, but the linebacker Berry would not let him get away. Good football position, squares up, and makes the play. Watch Berry here, just waiting in good position to make the play.
And now a timeout taken on the field by the Big Red. They're first. They've still got a couple left with 1:38 left to play. And facing a 3rd and about 14, and now you're thinking, do we try to get all 14 here? Obviously, if you could, that would be nice, but you're obviously in 4-down territory with 1:38 to play.
Well, they've had some success on the outside slants. Remember, Ryan is going to be playing those receivers a little bit back. They don't want to get beat deep. They're willing to get beat short. So if I'm MBA, I try to throw that out again, maybe underneath for 10, 11 yards, maybe pick up the first down after the catch. But you got to get the ball downfield, put yourself in 4th and 1 and 4 or 4th and 2.
These two have been rivals for a long time, Father Ryan and MBA. Both right here in Nashville. Both crowds on their feet. 3rd and 14. McIntosh the lone setback. Sloan, plenty of time. Throws. Tapped away at the last moment on a great defensive play by Ryan Van Nuck, who steps in and knocks the ball away.
That was a nice throw by Sloan across the field on that deep out. But Van Nuck, with good timing, comes in at the last minute to knock it away.
Sloan looking for John Ozier on the left sideline.
Watch Van Nuck here, how he breaks on the ball. Good closing speed, breaks on the ball, tips it away. Just a great defensive play. Now, if you're NBA, you've got to tell your receivers to make sure they break off their routes 15 yards or deeper.
Because it's 3rd and 14, and anything less won't do them any good.
That's exactly right.
Sloan, straight drop. Downfield, incomplete.
Michael Eskin open, but overthrew him. And the Fighting Irish are going to get the football back with 1:27 left to play.
Well, that's what they did, a great route. Eskin breaks it off exactly where he needed to. Sloan just overthrows him just a little bit, just enough where he couldn't haul it down.
It would have been enough for the first down.
Yes, it would.
And now a little bit of a celebration begins on the Ryan sideline. In fact, I think they're going to call a timeout, and they are, to just make sure that they've got everything in order here. MBA does have 2 timeouts left. They can stop the clock twice. At this point, you would figure the Irish would not want to take any chances.
No, definitely.
And I would not be surprised if Campbell just called his own number to keep from handing the ball off.
Well, I mean, when you got a quarterback that can run the ball like that, why not? Don't even risk handing it off. We saw what happened the last time they tried to hand it off. That's what put MBA back in this football game.
Campbell on the evening, 21 carries for 83 yards. Through the air, 6 of 10 for 85 yards. Manobano, 19 carries for 65 yards as the leading rusher out of the backfield for the Fighting Irish. Campbell, the leading ground gainer for Father Ryan.
Well, but what that sheet doesn't show are the good decisions that Campbell has made. When to pull it out of the gut of the fullback, when to keep it himself, when to check off at the line of scrimmage.
Those stats off the always sharpened pencil of Jim Curry.
Always sharp.
Campbell just keeps it himself, content to just run down the side and stay on his feet as long as he can to let that clock run. Hunter Hillenmeyer makes the stop. Clock stops at 1:20.
Well, Campbell does a nice job. Not only does he keep it himself, but he protects the football very well. He realizes that they're going to be trying to strip the football, and he protects it.
So now timeout taken by MBA, which should leave them with 1. Ryan's last championship, 1974. I believe under a guy named Boots Donnelly at that time.
Boots with a tough loss today to Tennessee Tech.
Kurt Page talking to Campbell, and I believe telling him exactly the same thing you just mentioned. Make sure you've got the ball secure.
Don't hand it off. Stay in bounds. Protect the football. That's all he's got to remember.
A minute and 20 seconds from a perfect season. Second and 10, just short of midfield. Campbell just keeps it himself and ducks into the side of the line, content to get a yard. Now MBA has a chance to stop the clock one more time. Hunter Hillenmeyer again with the stop for the Big Red. 3rd and 8.
They decide not to stop it.
Obviously opting to stop it after this play, I would assume.
Well, probably so.
Inside a minute to go, 50 seconds and counting. Campbell content to let the clock run as long as he can.
And he's got a coach on the sideline timing it for him.
Campbell keeps it again.
Looking over at the coach. Now they'll call their timeout, and they should get the ball back with roughly about 34, 35 seconds.
39 seconds left on the clock. Bry Dale, the strong safety, comes up to close up that hole and make the stop.
But you know, Joe, here's an interesting thought. You're going to get the ball back, but probably, barring a punt return for a touchdown with a long way to go, do you try to go after the punt here? Maybe send 11 guys, try to block a punt. You risk roughing the kicker, or you risk him getting the ball off. But you got to try to make something happen. I don't know that they can go 70 or 80 yards in 34 seconds.
They haven't shown that tonight, at least.
Right.
Ricky Bauer's out on the field.
And that's what his players there trying to convince him of, especially Hunter Hillenmeyer, saying, come on, coach, just give us a shot. I think we can block it.
Well, sometimes coaches listen to players.
Not often.
But not very often.
And they didn't listen to him this time. They're sending the guy deep. And it looks like they're staying in somewhat of a defensive formation.
So now Philip Stack will go back, and MBA does not load up the line. Here they come. Almost got there. Stack got it away. Penalty flag is down. They may whistle roughing the kicker. Let's see.
I don't see how they could call that.
Didn't look like he touched anybody.
They never touched him.
It could have also been a holding call. Let's wait and see.
Let's wait and see here. If they call roughing the kicker, well, I don't think they can call either one.
It didn't look like they hit any.
No, it didn't look like they hit him.
Let's see. It will be the punt down at the 16. And it's the block against MBA.
All right, that's fine.
And you can bet you'd want to make him kick it again and take another shot.
Well, actually, they called it against Ryan. He pointed in the Ryan direction. So let's make him kick it again if it is, in fact, against Ryan. Here's the snap. They almost got the ball.
Below the waist during a loose ball. 15 yards from the previous spot. And replay 4th down.
Yeah, they're going to replay 4th down.
Couldn't tell if that block on the knees was the one they were talking about or not.
Well,
but
I don't know. It didn't look like it, but either way, it's going to be 15 yards back, and that should give them better field position. The only bad thing about this, time. Then more time will run off the clock.
Lost 9 seconds in that exchange.
And they're probably going to lose another 9 in this one.
So let's see, they're obviously going to come again. They almost got there last time. Stack, here they come, gets this one away. Good spiral. Sloan hauls it in. Tripped up at the 22. Cromwell Stewart trips up Sloan, who was trying to sprint to the far sideline. So now the Big Red have to make something happen with 21 seconds left after a 43-yard punt by Stack.
Well, now if you're Ryan, you go to 3 down linemen. You put everybody deep. You let them catch the ball underneath, and you make sure you tackle them because they've got no timeouts. And that's what they do.
Ryan with 3 on the line and 8 defensive backs. Sloan pass inside and incomplete.
Well, you can't throw the ball in the middle of the field underneath the first down.
Not for 6 yards.
Not for 6 yards. You can throw for a first down because the clock will stop, but you can't throw underneath because the clock will keep running and you don't have any timeouts. Sloan just throws it across the middle.
Sloan 4 of 12 passing tonight for 33 yards.
If you're going to throw the ball, Ryan is taking the outside away. Throw the ball in the seam, right down the hash.
But throw for about 20 yards.
Exactly.
Sloan drops.
There it is,
pass.
right there.
Complete. Brought down at about the 42-yard line. That'll stop the clock to move the chains with 11 seconds left.
And now you
John Ozier with the catch.
And now you kill the clock. With the quarterback kill the clock play. And then you regroup.
Well, they allow everybody to set. There's the clock started. Sloan takes the snap. They're going to try to execute the play. Sloan passes down the middle. Incomplete, intended for Ozier. And now you're down to 3 seconds left.
Well, you know what you've got to do now. Remember, the game cannot end on a defensive penalty. So what you try to do now is you try to throw the ball. You jumble up 2 or 3 receivers, heave it deep, hope for some sort of an interference play so you get another shot.
And now Ryan will drop defensive backs probably about 50 yards downfield.
Exactly. Ryan puts Todd Campbell, their quarterback, way back down to the 15-yard line. And this is interesting, though. I've seen stranger things happen.
Well, you don't want to not rush anybody because he can stand back and wait.
And they're only going to rush 2.
3 seconds left. This could be the final play of the game. Sloan throws it down the middle, incomplete.
That's it.
Father Ryan is the state champion. Kurt Page seeks out assistant coaches to help celebrate. Their second state championship. The first one came in 1974, and it's been a long time getting back. Let's go down to the field to Murphy Fair, who has got Kurt Page.
Kurt, congratulations. A great effort. A lot of adversity this week, but your kids showed a lot of character fighting through it.
Just very, very proud of Fighting Irish, and just my hat's off to MBA. Just another classic, great game, and we're so fortunate to be the state champions, and really just a great job.
Always a great battle when these two get together, and tonight no disappointments at all. It went right down to the very final play of the ball game.
Yes, sir. We just we hung tough and battled, and we just got a great group of kids and great coaches, and it's just a lot of fun to be a part of the Fighting Irish family.
Great job, Kurt. Congratulations. Kurt Page, the head coach of Fighting Irish here with another state championship.
And it's got to be hard to stand there and do an interview when you know you want to go grab somebody.
Well, that's true.
We'll take a break while the Fighting Irish celebrate, come back for some of the award presentations, and talk about it a little more. The final score again, Father Ryan, state champions, 10-7 over MBA.
Falling in love again, never wanted to. What am I to do? I can't help it. Love's always been my game. Play it how I may. I was made that way. I can't help it. Men cluster to
The 1997 Clinic Bowl will be one for the history books, and you can relive the excitement with your own copy of the action. WNAB Sports is offering videotapes of each Clinic Bowl contest. Relive all the big plays, the scores, the fans, and more for only $19.95 plus tax for each game. To order your Clinic Bowl tape, call 650-5850 and specify which game you want. Get bowled over now with your own copy of the best high school football in Tennessee.
Down here with Ricky Bowers, head coach of MBA. Ricky, a tough loss, another classic battle, though.
Yeah, it was a good game. They played great offensively and defensively, I thought. We gave a good effort. It was a good night for high school football. I'm sorry we came out on the short end.
Well, it really was. A lot of people maybe didn't expect to see either team here this year because they had so many seniors last year. But that just shows you what a tradition we have with these two fine programs.
Yeah, it is. I think I'm supposed to get this award.
All right, Ricky Bowers out to get his award. Back upstairs to you all.
Thank you, Murphy. And now the little bit of a pause here between the two sides as they're all waiting to pick up their hardware. Two big rivals, a lot of emotion. For about 3 quarters, it looked like maybe Ryan was just going to dominate the entire game. One big defensive play
turned it around,
and suddenly MBA was right back in it.
Yeah, well, no question about that, and it shows you how a turnover can make the big difference in a ball game. You know, it's just something that can change the complexion of a game, and it did. It put MBA back in it for a while.
Coach Kurt Page going up to pick up a little bit of the coach's hardware, which he... And now get out of the way, because when they hold up the state championship trophy, there'll be a mad rush of purple to whoever has that hardware. As they hoist the state championship trophy high above their heads, just look at the Mid-10 Ford Player of the Game, brought to you by Mid-10 Ford Truck Sales. Mid-10 Ford, we want to be your truck company. A couple of candidates, but this guy had a steady, solid football game.
Well, he truly fit the bill of a field general. This was the first touchdown on the first drive of the ball game. He finished with 85 yards on 24 rushes. That touchdown completed 6 of 10 for 85 yards. Just controlled the game, made good checkoffs on the line. Definitely the player of the game.
And every Irish player wants to get a hand on that championship trophy, and rightfully so. We'll come back in a moment. Final score again, Father Ryan 10 and MBA 7.
I'm a much better skier after seeing this video only once.
It reinforces your good habits, and it helps you correct your bad habits.
It helped me get through the mogul field.
It made my turns stronger.
You can practice it in your own living room.
I learned from it. Introducing the video that's guaranteed to make you a better skier. It's called Perfect Form, featuring Jean-Claude Keeley, and it's free with Snow Country magazine.
Snow Country is a multi-dimensional magazine. It talks about snowboarding, hiking, cross-country skiing,
canoeing,
biking, the best resorts for your dollar,
the best equipment, the best prices. Whether it's spring, summer, or fall, Snow Country is a mountain of fun all year long.
If you're a summer person, if you're a winter person, it'll show you how to take advantage of the outdoors.
So call 800-213-9700.
Get your first issue of Snow Country risk-free. Call right now and we'll send you the Follow Me Mountain Guide and our ski equipment guide absolutely free.
I can't imagine anybody reading Snow Country and not wanting to be an outdoor person after reading it.
I think the first copy of Snow Country that comes across your desk will make you want to subscribe.
Safari's restaurant invites you to a bit of the wildlife in a civilized atmosphere. Featuring fine food and outstanding service, Safari's offers a wide variety of continental entrees. Your server will guide you on an exciting adventure of fine dining at Safari's. Your hunt for the best food in town is over once you've experienced Safari's, 741 Myatt Drive near Rivergate Mall.
Father Ryan celebrating the state championship 10-7 over the Big Red of MBA, and bringing the championship trophy over to the near sideline to sort of get their fans involved as well, give them a little taste of that trophy. They had a lot to do with it. They had a lot of vocal support tonight.
Well, they really did, and that's a class act by that group. Bring that trophy over, let the fans enjoy the state championship. Just a tremendous effort by that group of young men.
And the students content to just stick around for a little while and celebrate.
You know, you got to, because you don't know when you're ever going to be in a situation like this again, and you want to soak it up as long as you possibly can.
Well, now it's time for us to soak up the Nashville Predators play of the game, presented by the Nashville Predators. Call 770-PUCK for more fun than you can shake a stick at next hockey season. Several big plays, but I guess when you get right down to it, none bigger than this.
Well, no, definitely not. This was the play of the game, the field goal that won it. Charles Gertman, after missing his first 2 attempts, he nails the coffin shut with the big field goal, and that is the play of the game.
So the senior will always remember his last kick as a member of the Fighting Irish.
Yes, he will.
It won them a state championship.
And I hope somebody, his family or friends, got a picture of that, because that'd be a great picture to frame and put in your room of the kick that won the state championship.
There's so much emotion during something like this. You can tell the NBA players have already sort of left the field and sort of left Father Ryan to the moment.
Well, and they don't want to leave. You can see by just looking at those kids that they just don't want to get off the field, because when they get off the field, they got to shower and go home. But while they're on the field, they can enjoy a state championship. And I'll tell you, having been part of a national championship myself, this is something they'll remember forever, and they'll stay in touch, they'll have reunions, and they can always look back on this moment in their athletic career as being the pinnacle.
Well, as people mention now, the 74 championship team, you're always going to be remembered throughout history.
Always, that's exactly right. Something they can tell their kids about. It's just a tremendous feeling.
So a couple of championships stay in the mid-state. In fact, both of the Division II championships. BGA earlier with a 19-7 victory over Knoxville Webb to win the small class of Division II. And then Father Ryan, by that score, 10-7, knocking off rival MBA for the large class state championship. Now time to pose for pictures.
That's right.
There's the final again, 10-7. We thank you so much for spending your Saturday with us on a championship Saturday. And of course, back in a couple of weeks when we'll decide the rest of the Clinic Bowl with Class A through 5A, a couple of games on Friday night and then 3 on Saturday night in a couple of weeks. A pleasure to have everybody in the booth. Jim Curry, as always, with the stats. Thank you very much. Jack Gaines for your spotting help. everybody on the WNAB sports staff. Ralph, always good to be back with you again.
Always a pleasure.
Executive producer of WNAB Sports is Ken Smith. Our producer, as always, down in the truck, Carl Heineman. Associate producer, Mike Nevels. And director, Ben Huddleston, once again, another outstanding job. As the credits roll, let's sort of enjoy the highlights and the sounds from this championship Saturday from Vanderbilt Stadium. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
You may be missing 1/3 of your telephone calls, but with Bell South's Memory Call answering service, you don't have to. Memory Call takes messages both when you don't answer and when your line is busy. There's no equipment to buy or repair. All you need is your touch-tone phone. Getting your messages is easy. Call from any touch-tone phone, anytime, anywhere. Bell South's memory call answering service. Convenient, secure, easy to use.
Bill Boyd and his team at Mid-10 Ford have always been team players when it comes to the best deals on Ford trucks in the entire region. Now, it may sound strange, but selling trucks is a lot like playing football. I mean, if you have the best quarterback, like the full-sized F-Series, the F-150, the heavy-duty F-250, and the really big boy F-350, you've got what they call depth. Take a look at the new Expedition and the dependable Explorer. Now there's a couple of real running backs. For a great front line, how about the gas-powered F700 or the gas or diesel-powered F800? To cover the flanks, we have the LT8000 and the LTL 9000 tri-axle dump trucks. And the linebacker LA9000 over-the-road semi-tractor with an 84-inch sleeper. All-American All-Stars, Mid-10's truck team at Bill Boyd's Mid-10 Ford. Oh, and remember, America's favorite super-styled Ranger compact pickup, because you can't forget the punter. Bill Boyd's Mid-10 Ford.